man.
already, Shad.
Yeah, I know. Good evening, ladies, lords, lasses, and all those in between. It is I, your humble game master, the Deathly Shad, here today to bring you some more Rains of Vitrium content with my lovely co-hosts and players. We almost had another recording incident. Hooray!
Yeah.
They're pretty common at this point.
Agathar, say hi to the people.
He really wants this to be done, so I guess it's speed time.
No, Morgan, say hi to the people.
Hello.
Francois, say hi to the people.
Hello.
Soren, say hi to the people.
Yeah, I don't really blame him for wanting to get this done over with soon because I'm in here and I'd get tired of me too.
Vonnie, say hi to the people.
Fucking oof.
Don't worry, if he wants to, Valen can just kill off major characters, and then he could be done with it.
Yeah, that's, being done with it in not a good way.
That's when I rocks fall people. Moving along.
See, I told you he was tired of us.
So, when last we left our intrepid adventurers, Agathar, the kobold necromancer, Morrigan, the halfling divination wizard, Renswald, the Ravfolk monk, Soren, the Ravfolk samurai, and Vonnie, the Ravfolk smith, our characters had just finished with Lucas's cloning facility, having dealt with Bethany, and having made a small deal with a few different of the many people they rescued from being basically enslaved or captured, rescuing a lot of the members of noble families and whatnot, and other societies within the world setting. Ooh, will they go there? Who knows? But they could use the support to try and fight Caligrane at a point in time. Who knows? Even Agathar went so far as to guarantee that Miss Elizabeth, leader of the Mind Flayer colony of Esnor, I want to say. You look.
Man doesn't even know his own characters.
To
and
be
countries.
fair, look at the bottom of right screen and you tell me you remember every one of them.
Yeah,
Athor.
bodies 1, 2,
Athor.
3, 4,
Elizabeth.
5.
Elizabeth, Elder Brain, Mind Flayer, Queen of Athor. But I wrote that down. Agathar went so far as to even make a deal with her.
Nibble in that gray matter.
To offer her his brain in exchange for her help at a point in time of his choosing.
Oh man, it's gonna be a real letdown when they pop that skull and find nothing in there.
Of course, she'll revive him afterwards. She's not a monster. Smile.
No, that's what she is.
It must be intelligence, it's just Agathar's ability to just write it out.
No, let's be honest. All they'll find is nothing but squirrel thoughts.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's gonna get real nutty.
All right. And so, with that all having been said and done, everyone piles into the cart with a few of the people leaving and a few more staying to get offloaded at a place of their choosing to kind of make their way back to their respective home kingdoms. The party eventually leaves, with Morrigan feeling sad and being drunk as usual, Francois playing cards with Neatal, and Agathar and Soren retiring to do romantic things. Yes. And Vonnie doing smith things. Yes. So you guys have a few days before you arrive properly at the place in question you're going to, which is Abigail's hut. So tell me, are you guys wanting to do anything to interact with any of your multitude of NPCs on the way there?
Why, yes. Soren wanted to speak with Emiko some more.
I have quite a bit, yes.
And yeah, Agathar undoubtedly has quite a bit.
I do have I do actually have a list this time.
Okay, you want to go first?
No, go do your thing first. Mike can go later.
All right. So yeah, Soren is going to find Emiko, Empress Emiko.
Mm-hmm.
And is she like in a room? Is she Is she just in the living area, the dining area?
She is currently in the dining room area, eating a little bit.
Okay, well he's gonna let her eat, and when she finishes, he's going to just kind of get her attention and be like, "Hey, do you have a moment to talk? I wanted to ask you some more questions, if you don't mind."
Sure.
All right. He kind of sits down across from the table from her, and he fidgets a little bit, and he goes, "Hey, you'll have to forgive me. I don't speak with royalty that often. So you you gave me some good information about the water dancers. What was the actual name of the clan? It was like the clan of flowing water,
They are the Night Order of Flowing Water. Yes.
the Night Order of flowing water. Yeah. So I should. Yeah. So he's gonna say, "Would you be willing to give me a little more information on that? I want to learn everything about that I can."
Well, as I said, I'm no expert on old Atlan history. I just know what the general basis for each of their orders was. If you're talking about the water dancers of the Order of Flowing Water, then I believe I've explained this to you already. Their whole gimmick was to be as water and flow around the battlefield, to redirect energy, to parry, block, riposte, and so on and so forth, to divert the flow of water and send a crashing cascade back down upon their opponents.
I see. Would you happen to know anything about their culture?
Well, I would know that their culture was similar to Athelbert, was similar to Esnor's. Hold on. Where she's from. Pretty sure it's... Heskerd. Oh. Well, it is quite similar to Heskerd in that it is very seasonal theme.
Seasonal themed. What do you mean by that? Like winter, summer, no, winter, summer, autumn, spring?
Sorry, say again?
So you say it's seasonal themed, like summer, spring, summer, autumn, winter.
Yes.
Hmm. Can you tell me more
Each,
about that?
well, each of their stances was representative of a particular season, and that's really all I know. I can't tell you the fine details of it. I'm not a water dancer.
I understand. I guess I'll just have to seek out a library then, I suppose. Hopefully some of their history still remains after they were absorbed by ch-ldr-n.
I regret to inform you I don't think it was.
Oh?
One of the first things that happened when ch-ldr-n took over is they burned a lot of the old history. Something about creating a blank slate.
I doubt that even a country as thorough and meticulous as ch-ldr-n got everything. There's got to be something left.
He shrugs. Your guess is as good as mine.
Well, I'm gonna keep my eyes open, that's for sure.
Well, if you do find anything, please let me know. I am a I am a proponent of history being kept.
And I think if it's a society that's being wiped out like it's being here, it's incredibly important. Maybe there'll be something here in Vori that would have some kind of insight as to what they were like.
I wouldn't know. If anything, the people who would know more about them would be Xanadu, considering their proximity and the particular magic field that wizards of Xanadu specialize.
I see. Well, undoubtedly we're going to be heading to Xanadu sometime in the future.
Yes. I'm sorry I could not be of more help.
You can only help as much as you can, right? Can't really expect more than what you're capable of, but you've already told me more than enough, Your Majesty. I have something to go on. I thank you for your time. I'll leave you to your devices now. If you have any questions for me, then feel free to ask. All right?
Well, if I had to ask you a question, it would be what happened to your master?
As she asks that question, his eyes kind of like look down at the table, and his ears just kind of drop, and his face becomes a little morose as he says, "Well, I think I already told you that she turned on me, right?"
You're not.
Well, everything you told me here gives me a lot to think about because she turned on me so she could join ch-ldr-n.
Turned on you how?
Well, she trained me for 3 years. It's how I know what I know. And the last time we went to see her, I don't know how much you know about samurai and how much we cling to balance, how we utilize it in our combat and our skills and everything we do. It helps to keep us stable and helps to keep us in a forward momentum.
You're not.
Well, I've been going through a lot, and at that point in time, and I needed some guidance. So before we continued our quest at that point in time, I decided to pay her a visit. And that was when that was when her contacts from ch-ldr-n were showing up, apparently. Our timing was perfect, I guess you could say. She struck me down and left me, at first I thought, for dead. But she took extra measures to make sure I didn't die. And I didn't know that at the time until one of my family here had pointed it out to me. Is that what you were looking for?
Hmm. Did you go to her because it was something you wanted to do, or did she request?
It was something I wanted to do.
Soren, buddy. She requested that you come.
No, she didn't.
Oh, I thought she did. I thought there was a whole thing of like, hey, could you please come see me at your earliest convenience?
Nope.
No, there was the thing that brought the whole party up there was that we had run into the travelers caravan, and they had, this was before Hidari woke up, and they had a blade that Soren and I think Morgan told a story to the traveler, and they said, "Yep, that's good enough. Here's your sword, but you got to go somewhere to get it." And they voiped it up to Misaki's hut.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah,
But Soren was already on his way up there, because this was like right after the tower, and after he got his fear of poison. So he was looking for some way to try and balance that. So that's why he was on it. That's why he wanted to make a trip up there. Pepperidge Farm remembers.
All right, thank you for reminding me. All right, never mind.
No problem.
She will nod. Interesting.
Why is that interesting?
Just the timing of it.
It was perfect. It was way too perfect. Because as far as I understand, ch-ldr-n moves fast, and they don't stay in one place for very long. The chances that we would have caught them like that were very slim.
I don't quite understand myself. What did you say your master's name was?
Her name is Misaki Kurama.
You see her tap on her chin. I'm gonna roll a theme. Up. Okay. She nods her head. Yes. I think I know that woman.
His ears immediately perk up, and as does his head, and he says, "You do?"
Yes. The name is highly recognizable because they were the leaders of the Water. The original founders of that order.
So I'm assuming the Kurama name was one of the leaders. The Kurama name was the leaders, not Misaki specifically, right?
The Kurama House were always the ones who led that family, but I think it was Misaki who was the head of it. He was the progenitor of the order.
He was... Why would... Well, no, that... He turns his head and begins to think about things. And he says, if Atlan is gone, then she would have nowhere else to go. How old is she?
Well, she would have to be roughly 100 years old.
She was elderly, but I didn't think she was that old.
She shrugged.
She certainly didn't seem that old when she struck me down.
No, Soren, your master presents herself as a woman in her early to mid-40s.
Yes. No, yeah. But he's also throwing down that. He's also throwing down someone in their elderly triple digit years probably wouldn't have been able to handle a sword that well.
Probably.
Of course, and he's just getting used to the idea that there are beings that are literally thousands of years old in this world, so I guess he's not quite used to the idea yet. But 100? When? Do you know when it... I think I might have asked you this question, but could you remind me what if... Do you know when ch-ldr-n took over Atlan?
Roughly 30, 40-ish years ago.
There's like a hand that goes to his chin as he looks down at the table and begins to just looks deep in thought. Maybe.
To my knowledge, the one water dancer that I knew of was an adventurer. It also went by the name of Kara.
Did you actually travel with her? Or did she approach you for anything?
No. Oddly enough, she shares the same name as I.
Oh, her name was Emiko Karama?
You know, it's...
This is quite a bit to unpack here. I'm not gonna lie.
Yes.
Well, you've given me things to think about. I think there might be a deeper reason for why she's in the ch-ldr-n military now.
Possibly.
And this also leads me to believe that my greatest fear may not be true.
That being that she betrayed everything you hold dear to join a side of genocidal maniacs?
Well, that was a very close second. My greatest fear was that she trained me, and I consider myself to be quite skilled with the blade. I was thinking she might have been training members of ch-ldr-n, but I still don't know if that's absolutely true or not. But given what I've learned today, that lends there being a chance that it ain't true.
I'm glad I was able to give you some mild peace of mind.
This also makes a lot of sense to me as well because, well, she did not really present herself that day as the paragon of balance that I knew her to be. And I don't think she would throw that away that quickly. So this has been really helpful.
Gives you a small bow. Is there anything else?
Soren bows back and says, "No, Your Majesty, I think that's quite a bit for me to mull over. But thanks. I appreciate your candor and your openness to discuss this."
I don't see why I wouldn't be open to discuss this. You were stressed about it, it seemed. You are my rescuer, so it is only to be expected.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting anything. I helped you out because it was the right thing to do, he says with a warm smile.
Well, I'm glad you did the same. I'm glad you did so all the same.
Thank you again, Your Eminence. I should probably retire to my room so I can think about this.
Of course.
I thank you for everything. And he stands and bows to her.
She gives you a nod back.
And he will head off to his room.
Alright, off you go. Next up, Vonnie, do you have anyone?
Nope.
No one? At all? Whatsoever?
No.
None of these leaders of great nations?
Nah.
None of the party?
You don't want to hit up Lavina?
What about a Loca? I had a vida Loca.
There's
Nah, nothing really came to mind when I was trying to figure out who Vonnie would talk to.
okay. Hey, Francois.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Yes?
Are you want to talk to anyone?
Yeah, we'll talk with, we'll talk with Neotal.
Okay.
So all we really did was show up and be like, "It's what you do," and playing cards, and then fucking smoked them all.
I was thinking this was the next day.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. All right then. So
All that was done before, so it's like, fuck it.
all right. You roll up on Neotel. She's enjoying a bit of breakfast. Looks over to you. Hey, Renspaw, how's it going?
Good morning.
Morning to you too. Did you sleep well?
Well enough.
That's good to hear.
And she'll kind of fix herself a plate and kind of plop down wearily at the table.
The table seems a lot more full than normal. There's a couple more tables, really. If anything, the whole kitchen living room space seems to be a lot bigger than normal.
She'll just kind of quietly poke at her food.
So, not a big fan of salads today?
No, it's not that. It's and she'll kind of set her fork down. It just feels like, you know, we got here and we found Valen, and yet here we go again on, you know, any manner of distraction and side jobs and just all this stuff that's not getting him back. And that's what we should be doing. We should be getting him back and letting everything else just wait. Everything else can wait. He's more important.
What was this last stop you did?
Dealing with one of Lucas's clones.
Really?
Which is all well and good for dealing with Lucas, but Lucas is not, shouldn't be the focus right now. Not getting rid of him, at least. So for all we know, we're just going to do all this, and it's just going to piss him off, and he's going to renege on his side of the deal. Or do something to Valen, or who knows what.
It's a lot to consider.
It shouldn't be. It's simple. We know where Valen is. We know what we need to do to get him back. We do it.
Well,
it feels like I'm the only one concerned about doing so.
I don't think that's the case. I think that the rest of your friends and family really are just as concerned. They just
Yeah, well, it
think
feels
of
like
other
they're
things.
more concerned. Yeah, it feels like their concern is about trying to get one over on Lucas instead of actually getting my brother back.
Well, to be fair, from what I saw of Vaylin the last time here, very goal-oriented. Wouldn't anyone over on Lucas, the person imprisoning him, be something that he would want?
Oh, I have no doubt it's something he's been trying to do this entire time. Lucas probably finds it amusing.
Then wouldn't your brother be a lot more upset if you skipped past a whole facility that you can use to mess with Lucas to get to him and then potentially miss the facility in general?
Probably. But there's a lot of things that annoy Valen that I don't particularly care about.
I mean, you're not wrong about that. I'm sorry that
If he wants, if he
gone
wants to
through.
fuck over Lucas, he can be with us when we do it. He should be.
Yeah,
The whole point of Lucas was to get Valen.
well, from what I've seen and heard about Lucas, I don't think that that's exactly him. I think, from what I see, Lucas seems like just a guy who's just doing things because he finds them funny, even though they're really not. He's she snaps her fingers a couple times, like a child playing with toys. He just does things. They make us angry because they affect the people we care about. Not that that's a justification for why he does things. Just that I don't think, like, he doesn't strike me as the type of person that's as smart as everyone else thinks he is, or as smart as he wants people to think he is. He's just a strong asshole with a powerful magic about him. Ah, you know what? Perfect term. He's a bully. There you go. Granted, that's a very big reduction of him, but I mean, he's kind of bullying you guys for arbitrary reasons that make sense to him, but will never make sense to anyone else.
I'm not saying that he doesn't deserve it. I'm saying that that can wait.
Well, I mean, we're going to go get him back now, aren't we?
I don't even know anymore. Or we may get tossed about to our next little side trip instead of doing what needs to be done.
Well, tell you what, Francois. Where do we need to go? How do we get your brother back?
By finding the new archmage of divine. And we know where she is. We know where she's hiding.
Okay.
And if anything, she needs to be found regardless because ch-ldr-n is certainly after her.
Huh. Well then, where is she hiding out at?
At insert place here, because I don't remember.
It's
Abigail.
Wasn't she in the White Woods? Or
So that
at
Abigail's, we're
Abigail's hut?
literally on the way there now.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally where we're heading to.
Abigail's hut, which is...
Abigail the
Bruce-
Invulnerable?
Hmm.
Oh. Then...
Which is where we're supposed to be heading.
Okay, well...
Assuming no one changes plans again.
Okay, well, two things, Renswat. First of all, if there's any place that she is safest, it's with Abigail the Invulnerable. Because that woman single-handedly defeated all the orc tribes that were haunting the hinterlands by herself. And with not even a scratch on her. Just walked in, cut through a whole horde of orcs by herself, and then walked out and just kind of like brushed some blood off herself from what I hear. So that might be why ch-ldr-n hasn't taken her yet. And secondly, if this cart changes course, I, Etol Oloroth Wanderwind, do solemnly swear upon my name, my brother, and my affection for you, that I will take you to her hut myself.
Thank you. I just...
So kind of like gently put a hand on your shoulder. Sweet.
I
Don't-
don't trust him.
I know you don't. It's him either. He's not exactly had a good track record from what we could hear, from what I've heard. But I assure you that this cart changes course. I will rescue you. I will help you rescue him. Because when I heard, Lucas didn't mandate the whole team had to go, just that someone had to go pick him up.
True enough.
Plus, I think us two could really, kick some ass together, right?
You, me, and Latane. 3-woman army.
I mean, hey, for sure. Oh, speaking of, got me thinking about it now, but do you know how to fight with your eyes closed?
I mean, I'm a lot better with them open.
Yeah, but what I mean is, like, can you fight with your eyes closed? Sense the movements of people around. You can pick up imperceptible sounds and dance around things, and so on and so forth.
Not really.
Well, my particular fighting style relies on me blinding my foes so I can strike them, so on and so forth. So, if we're going to be working together, then I think it would be prudent if I taught you how to fight with a blindfold on.
I thought you said you were blinding your foes.
Well, you know what? Just come with me. I'll show you. She'll kind of like stand up and reach out a hand for you.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
She'll.
Let me eat my salad.
Oh, okay, fine. Now you want it?
Exactly.
Okay.
I'm feeling better.
Oh, that's good.
She'll just petulantly shovel a chunk of romaine into her mouth.
You sure you don't want some extra carrots on that?
She'll swallow her mouthful, point her fork at her. Just because you're also a Harengon doesn't make that not racist.
It's what it is. What it is. I suppose no character. I wouldn't want you getting too hopped up on energy. Gives you like double finger guns, like a Fawn's kind of spell, like an A. So you finish your salad.
Yeah, and she'll follow after.
All right. So the two of you go all the way down the stairs, and once you're all the way down the stairs, she closes up the training room area. She pulls out the hilt of her weapon and activates it. And you see this black void stretch out from the hilt and become a blade with a white corona. The interior of it, this inverse of light seeming to suck the color out of the air around it. This is my primary weapon. And this is also what it allows me to do. And she will rotate it around, and she'll squeeze the handle a bit harder, and all of a sudden the lights go out. And it is darkness around.
She'll kind of like blink her eyes as they suddenly try to adjust.
There is no adjusting to this darkness. It is just the void. You hear whisper begin to fill the air. Things not quite there. You feel strange sensations around your body. Weightlessness, but a weighted gravity to yourself as well. And then you hear Neatal's voice echo from not just one place, but everywhere. This is what I refer to as a dark room. It is a place that I see and perceive in normally, but everyone else cannot. It is a place that only certain people with particular training abilities have been able to fight me within normally. Otherwise, and as the darkness fades away again, you have two fingers pressed to your jugular. It's game over for her. And she steps away from you.
An impressive trick.
Miles. Yeah. But it's not the only trick I have. She then twists a ring on her finger and a large puff of smoke emits around her and covers the room again. This is a bit more simple. It's a fog cloud spell. Ring of Obscurement. Very handy device. But it still does the same thing the Dark Room does, just a little bit less creepy. And the result is often the same, he says as she taps you on the side, and the fog cloud shrinks back into the ring on her finger as she is now tapping your hip, right near your kidney. So you can see why being able to fight while not being able to see is helpful with me. Because, then I can use the full suite of my abilities. And I won't need to worry about you swinging blindly on a bunch of different people.
Fair enough.
It'd be pretty tragic if I was running by you and you decided to clothesline me on accident because you thought I was some random dude.
Keep a wide berth.
Fair enough. Still, he then pulls out a blindfold.
How do you plan to train me, oh wise master?
Well, gotta teach you how to use those big ears of yours. She smirks.
She rolls her eyes and reaches out and grabs the blindfold.
Alright. And as you slip it on, roll me a perception check. Right. And as you kind of like seal your vision off and begin to use your ears, you hear her speak from the left side of you, but you hear footsteps from the right side. Now keep in mind that the ears can be deceived on occasion, and that sometimes enemies will try and trick your senses to get you to let your guard down, and okay. Does a 16 hit?
No.
Okay. You casually deflect her fist as it goes to kind of like poke you in the back. Ah, good. Didn't fall for the ventriloquism.
Voice projection, really?
You'd be surprised at how many people it gets. Or, I guess you wouldn't be surprised at how many people it gets. It gets a lot more people than you would think. And now, we try something a little different. And as she continues to speak, you no longer hear footsteps. Roll another perception check.
Mm-hmm. 26.
Oh! Oh, oh, oh! Okay.
Got them big ass ears.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Putting
This
them radar
time-
dishes to work.
This time, as her movements go utterly silent, you don't even hear her footsteps along the sand anymore. Her voice still projecting from your right, then your left, then your back, then forward, then up, even above you, even. You see, while most people would concentrate on the voice, you didn't, and you concentrate on my footsteps instead. But how are you going to detect me if, in the absence of footsteps, and in the absence of vocals, and with that she is utterly silent? But
I said Rincewa's just gonna be listening and feeling for like air movements.
aha, already figured it out. All right, and as you do so, you are able to block another strike of hers as she tries to tap you in the center of your chest with 2 fingers, but you just kind of like swat it away as you felt the movement of air kind of like shift through the air, like shift forward towards you, and you block her thrust. Oh, gosh, you're really picking this up super quickly. Am I that good of a teacher?
You made this sound difficult. Are you sure you're trying?
Okay, Miss Smarty Pants.
Just smirks.
Fine then. I'm gonna go all out, it seems. Roll a perception check at Brinswa, but this time, may add your spellcasting ability modifier to the roll. And that is on top of your perception bonus.
Ooh. Alright, so
I'm
it's
gonna
gonna
do
be
the funniest thing right now.
uh,
Aw.
+4, 16.
Making you to 16? Okay. Right. So,
I can't roll bangers consistently.
I understand that. Don't worry,
Why
I got
not?
you. I got you. So, you feel nothing around you. You don't hear the air shifting. You don't hear her footsteps. You don't hear her voice. You don't hear her breathing. You don't hear anything. It is utter absence, as if she's no longer in the room. A moment passes by, and then another of this strained existence. And sadly, you don't feel her presence in time, as there is a small tap on your back. Gotcha. But For a moment there, just before she struck you, you almost could have sworn you felt something.
Try that again.
Alright. Ask for it. Go ahead and roll another perception check. May I add your spellcasting ability modifier.
29.
Ooh.
This time, as she moves about the room, you close off and you feel the mushrooms lining your neck tingle. And then you feel something, a lump of life on them. And as she goes to strike, at your hand. Huh! Really? You know, I thought I had you there for a second.
Well, I may have an unfair advantage of call it an early warning system. And she'll just kind of like let the spores kind of flare in like a small cloud around her before condensing back in.
Neatal has a moment of like panic as she realizes she's infected.
Hold on. Oh, Neatal, why?
I have ingrained a fear in this woman about mushrooms.
So you hear a and you feel the life force hop backwards, like rabbit hop backwards, backflip and land away from you when you spore up. And she's like, oh, ha, good one. Please don't do that again.
He hears in the back of her mind, it's like he's spreading.
She just turns, really?
Well, I'm sorry, okay? Natural reaction, alright? Morgan really fucked me up with the mushrooms, man. Come on.
They're not gonna get you.
Okay. Although, you know, I think one may have gotten on my hand. Would you like to kiss it better?
She just like reaches out a hand and like tries to draw any spores from her, and nothing comes. No, you're clear.
Oof.
Aww. Okay, fine.
She reaches over, like she like walks in the vague direction of the voice.
There is no vague direction of the voice. Like, you know where she is, but like, it's one of those things of like, your eyes are semi-open. You can see her life force. And you see it kind of like rippling around her, kind of like creating this Daredevil style outline. Sense.
Yeah, she'll just kind of reach over, like kind of a gentle finger to the forehead. Come on, let's keep training.
Okay, fine. I suppose we can.
After all, the master ninja herself has only gotten me once.
Okay, now that's slander, okay? I haven't even tried my full strength yet.
Oh, so then prove me wrong.
Alright. Roll me 3 more perception checks. I'll roll 3 more stealth checks. And you may add your spellcasting modifier to each of those.
Yeah, so 19, 28, 16.
31, 29, 25. She gets serious and beats you. But, throughout this training period, as you're kind of like adjusting and attuning your senses, you feel a further connection to your spores and a elevated understanding of the way they function and the way they live in symbiosis with your body. So, as a result, you now have a blind fighting style, but it only applies to living targets. Creatures that have a life force.
Is this a bracket skill bracket?
It is a bracket skill bracket.
I'm bracketing.
Give me just a second to
By
map
the
that up.
9, I'm bracketing.
I'm bracketing. This fucking oof.
Ba, 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 ba.
So Rensois has a heron gun. It should be in carrots.
Boo.
There you go.
That means Agathar can't sneak up on you. Sadness.
Technically,
Yes.
neither can what's
So I think
Yeah.
Soy Fang can't technically sneak up on you, and not within 10 feet at least.
you would think that.
Oh,
There it is.
Is she still undead?
She has a bracket skill bracket that says "fuck you."
No, it is a bracket skill bracket that says hide life force.
What the? I see what happens. She holds her breath real long time, so her heart stops.
Temporary, yeah.
It's like you just turn around, you see Soy Fang on the ground twitching. He's like, "What the hell?"
What the heck?
I mean, I didn't
Still.
sense you. Bravo, but you are close to death.
What
Still.
the hell?
Still,
What the hell?
what the hell? Still, yeah, no, life sense. You can sense all
God
within
damn
10
it,
feet
Soy
of you
Fang!
via your mushrooms. The reason why this ability is a function is because you know how, as a spore druid, how you could just like make your spore zombies if someone dies within X amount of feet of you.
Yes.
Same concept. Hey, right. That is that. Agathar, we finally. Oh no, wait, Morgan, what are you doing?
I love that. We were like, "Oh, we're gonna leave best for last." So you're like, "Oh, cool, it's me." Oh no, it's not. So, I think it's gonna be less Morgan like looks for somebody to talk to, and more that like there's an open invitation, because like normally she's difficult to find, but I think somewhere in the dead of night, she kind of like makes her way into the common area where the like of the table and the hearth is when there's nobody there.
Okay.
She scrounges for food and beverage. But if nobody's gonna take up on that offer, then I guess you can go right to Agathar. It depends.
So what was Maury doing again? I'm sorry.
Getting a midnight snack.
It's a midnight. It's a little more than that, but she kind of just. I was essentially more an open invitation. As Morrigan is like in one of those rare moments where she's not locked up in her room. She's like in the common area in like the dead of night.
I have a person, but I'll let anyone else take the floor first, if they feel their character would be up for time.
Soren might.
Roll a d100.
Okay.
Soren, give me a higher low, buddy.
Low.
Oh.
Soren is not awake.
I like how I have this open invitation. Shad's like, what if I just took that away?
I'm messing. If you really want to be up for this, yeah, you can.
Yeah, I feel like Soren would be spending more time trying to get the hang of his water abilities, and he could have spent a couple nights just a little bit too late trying to get that down, and so so he'd probably come down to for some kind of like refill.
Getting all pruned up in his gamer girl bathwater.
His gamer bun
Wow.
bathwater.
Oof.
But no, he's not wearing the choker, so
Damn it.
yeah, he'll probably step down. He'll probably step down and spot Morrigan and go, "Hey, how you feeling?"
You see the Morrigan in her natural habitat. She's not she's wearing enough, but looks like it's mostly just whatever she has that's comfortable, that's still barely holding on to her. He kind of turns, dark circles under her eyes. There's just like a piece of like dried jerky between her teeth, and what looks to be like a messily made mixed drink. Perception if you'd like.
A perception. An 18.
It smells of carrot.
Oh. He will catch a whiff of it and he goes, "Am I interrupting anything?"
Kind of like through the chewing, you see her like pull the jerky into her mouth and swallow. Nothing really. It's just hungry.
You do realize what hour it is, right? I realize I'm saying that and coming down for the same thing, though.
I do. No one's here at this time of night.
Are you at least feeling a little better, though?
There's like a long pause. And then she downs this like martini in a much larger glass than a martini should be in. You see her like face grimace and she shudders. I don't know. No. Worse. Better. Can't tell.
You want someone to talk to? You sure?
You kind sink. You see like sinks a little. Don't know. Talking makes it better or not.
Well, it might not make it better immediately, but it always helps, I found.
Yes.
Sometimes it helps you face the pain more, and that's what hurts about it. But once you faced it, it's over, right? For the most part, at least.
Like snorts. You are painfully naive. She kind of like pulls her legs up and like turns around to face you, putting the mostly empty glass down. That's still like just vaguely orange tinge to it.
I have a question.
Yeah,
Is the refrigerator door still open?
maybe a crack. Might have just been like, I'll get more.
Continue.
I hate the taste of this.
Soren,
Nostalgic at this point.
Soren kind of smiles at her incredibly naive comment and just shrugs and says, Either I'm naive or just had different experiences regarding the matter."
Maybe. Don't know. I want to say I know things at this point, but I'm fairly certain I don't.
Well, if you don't know things, then what's the best way to go about correcting that?
Kind of like almost she didn't leer at you, but you almost get like the slight tinge in her eye, like she wants to like mean mug you, but doesn't. To be willing.
He catches himself as he sees this and goes, "Sorry, I didn't mean that to be condescending. It was just more a friendly inquiry."
Feel like I What am I doing here at this point?
What was that you kind of cut out?
Yeah. Sorry, let me pull the mic closer. She
Right.
said that, what am I even doing here at this point?
Traveling with your family? Traveling with the people that you've connected to? And traveling with the people that you have a bond with? And
Yeah,
that's,
like,
if nothing else, there's at least that, right?
kind of like knocks her glass over. Doesn't feel like it. I certainly clash more often with Agathar at every moment. Snapped at Rensoa. I don't know why. Should have kept me drunk. Happier that way.
Is she sitting down at the table?
She's sitting like on the counter.
He's going to walk up next to her and just kind of like lean against the counter next to her. And he says, there have been some moments, I won't lie, but I don't think they define who you are to us.
No, nearly killing a couple 100,000 people did.
Well, that didn't define who you were to me, did it?
You're a special case.
Am I? He smiles.
Don't know many people who would hug a monster like you would.
Oh, I more believe that that you just had a moment of weakness.
Moment?
And
A
I-
moment? I
I-
spent my whole life slaving over that one moment.
Aye, but who did you have around you to talk to at that time? Did you keep to yourself? Did Eloise come by to say hi to you a lot?
I didn't know she existed. I thought she was dead. Anytime I connected with anyone, they were either shipped off, killed, or burned. Why would I want to make connections with people? Why do you
Because
think I kept you so far away at the beginning? Because I was a horrible, mean grouch of a little shit? It's part of it, yes?
I
People get
had... Sorry, go ahead.
People get hurt when they spend enough time around me. Either I do it or someone else will. On my behalf.
Maury, do you expect every relationship to be perfect, or any relationship to be perfect? There's always going to be moments of pain and hurt when we end up doing something or saying something that hurts somebody else. Like that whole time that you were slaving over your plan, you you had no one. You had no one to talk to. You were keeping you were keeping alone to protect yourself. It
Not
makes
true.
it well, it would make sense that one moment that caused you so much anger in your childhood would push you that hard to do what you were about to do.
It's not. It was the catalyst, sure.
Hmm?
It was the catalyst, sure. The anchor, the point of the center of the flame, but I ran for years. People took me in. Viore is not a evil country. There were people
No,
in
but
farms and other druid circles that took me in, and one by one, they were burned. Their people scattered. I fell in love with a beautiful woman who was easy on the eyes and spoke in a velvety way like no one ever had to me. And she sold me for coin. there was no one moment that spurned a lifelong obsession. It was a building inferno. And now I am sifting through ashes and cinders for a life that I set ablaze, and I have no idea what comes next. And the people around me are moving along just fine. And I am a ruin.
Soren takes a deep breath and sighs, and he says, I'm really sorry, Mori. I'm sorry you had to go through all that. But if there's one good thing to having those connections that you had, I found it's the memories. The memories of the kindness that they showed you, the friendship that they had, even the love with the person that betrayed you. I think that's despite losing people, despite being hurt when they're gone, building those memories is worth it. Because they'll always be with you if you just remember them, right?
Sounds wonderful. And I wish I could see it that way. But I just don't. Sure, I remember a lot of the kindness is offered to me, but it's all just angry. Just hot. Just a heat at my core that doesn't want to go out. I don't know. I want to be better, but it is really hard.
Can I hug you, Mori?
Her face scrunches for a moment before she just kind of like leans into you with a bit of a thump.
He puts a hand to her side and just holds her close, and he says, I know it's hard. I understand. But you don't have to do it alone. I've said this before, but you have a family. You have us. And we're willing to help you, and I'm sure Agathar is willing to help you too. But there's been a lack of communication between the two of you since that happening outside of Lucas's estate. He says with a like a kind of like a sly grin, and he says, "I think that wall needs to be broken."
Looks away. I am not really feeling like I am deserving of much forgiveness, and yet I find it hard to offer it myself. Call me a hypocrite.
There is a little thing that I learned a long time ago, and it's kind of impossible to love anyone else if you don't love yourself. And I feel like giving forgiveness is the same way. Do you feel like you need to forgive yourself for what you did? Or for anything you did?
I think that ship has sailed.
No, never. It's never too late. It ain't never too late, Maury. Trust me.
He just droops. I don't saying, yes, I accept my own apology is just words. How do you do that? How do you just be better? I look at my cousin and I am furious. I see Agathar and I am just full of this volatile hate. Why are they not mad? Why don't they thrash and scream? How are people just so willing to forgive and forget the greatest injustices done to them like it was nothing? Can't begin to fathom it.
Soren shrugs and he says, well, it's different for most people. It has to do with a lot of like self-searching, you know? It ain't gonna be instantaneous, that's for sure. But I know that if there were any one of us here in this family that didn't want you here or hated you that much, you wouldn't be here right now.
You almost did. By your own omission.
He looks away from her and he goes, that ain't one of me prouder moments, I'll admit.
If I was just a little more stubborn, I wouldn't even be sitting here with you.
Aye, and that's why that's why I wanted to give you a chance. I want to help you, because that's what family does, right?
Yeah. Yes, I want to help. Looks down at her glass as she kind of pulls it right upright. And just kind of looks sad at the empty concoction.
Why don't we share one?
Yeah.
And Soren goes to the fridge and goes to reach inside, and then he stops and he goes, you know, I'm just now realizing I don't know how to make one of these.
And scoots by you and grabs a couple of things.
As you scoot by him, open up the refrigerator door, you see it is empty. Inside is Amalia. Hey!
Damn it, Molly.
Soren immediately frowns.
Her
I think
small
this
hand waves.
it's a small refrigerator with like bottomless things. So she like opens the door. You imagine Morrigan is like leaning to it one side to stare in. Her eyes have got these like dark circles underneath them. She's just staring at Amalia in there. Let me look at my spell list.
Disintegrate.
Yeah, actually. Let me get a save, Shad.
You actually cast and disintegrate.
Hell yeah. She survived it once.
If Soren sees Morrigan trying to cast a spell, he's gonna try to hold out a hand and just then move hers away. Just be like, no, don't. It ain't worth it. It's all right. But
It was
you
open. No one ever leaves it open. I was starving.
She closes the extra dimensional space that she can no longer escape.
I was starving. I hadn't eaten in 6 minutes.
No!
You ate my last food. Now I'm gonna starve.
I'm gonna wait like an hour or two, open it back up and pull out an Amaliasicle. Then toss it out the back so we can shatter on the road. She just slumps and sits against the counter. Uh,
Water then. And he goes to grab a couple glasses and pour some water.
you know, I spent weeks learning how to mix that horrible drink.
If it's so horrible, why do you drink it?
Someone should.
Well, why don't you teach me?
How? There's no more carrots.
Well, not right now, but when we get the ingredients for it, right?
Yeah. I don't even think I got to make it for her.
His smile kind of drops and he looks around trying to figure out like how to respond to this in a positive way, and he says, "Well, if she ain't gonna let you make it for her now, I would say give her some time."
Kind of like looks up at you with this like these dark circled eyes. Like,
He's just kind of smiling awkwardly at that.
I think it misses the point at this juncture. He kind of like returns to the ground.
Well, you won't know until some time has passed, anyways. Some has already. Maybe she's more willing to open up to you. Has she spoken to you at all since then?
Kind of looks away in small bursts. So I snapped at her after we left the facility.
Okay, so that sounds to me like there's two people you need to talk to now. He just again smiling.
Just looks
Hey,
at you with
he
like with
off.
this dull-eyed expression.
He's just like innocently handing her a glass of water,
Takes it. It's
and
difficult to find an opportunity to speak with her when she isn't plastered at the hip with your sister.
hmm. Soren looks down at the floor and thought, and he goes, "I might be able to afford you an opportunity."
It's deep sigh.
But she ain't the only one that you need to speak to.
Alright. I don't know. At this point, what am I doing? Apologizing to Agathar and trying to get between two people who are probably getting to know each other just fine.
Does this mean Renswell can't be your friend?
There's like a slight. Give me insight.
Insight. 26.
It's like a flash. You see like one of her, like the edge of her lip lift, like like an almost a snarl. Like, yes, I suppose it's just as well.
I mean, you already know how I feel about her. You're the only one I've told. But
He kind of sinks really like just like almost goes limp. It's like they took that from you.
no, you didn't. She was never interested in me.
Never tried. And I knew from the beginning this was going to happen. Stole that from you.
Morgan, you stole nothing from me. I could tell that Renswell wasn't interested in me. I didn't know why, and it was actually, believe it or not, Migi who told me why. Because Renswell just isn't into me type, as it were. He just says another with an innocent smile.
You've got a strap of cloth that could make you her type.
Uh, I bear too many external organs.
Fair enough. I suppose.
So but being her friend, I still get to share her companionship. I still get to be around her. It ain't in the way I would figure to be perfect, but I'm content with her friendship. She's been there for me. I've been there for her. She's helped me through so many points in my life where I felt like I was going to fall apart, like when Misaki betrayed me. She helped me to see that Misaki wasn't actually trying to kill me. I think she was trying to protect me. But Francois may not ever be me lover, but I'm fine with that because she's my friend. And I still get to be to experience her companionship in that regard. And that's enough for me.
There's like a moment where you just see her like frown real deep.
If you want a goth rapid folk girlfriend, you can always talk to Lana.
I suppose I need to be the one to bridge the gap and make the first move. Oh.
Well, one of you needs to. I'm gonna be honest with you, Maury. Seeing you like this, it hurts. It really hurts me, and I don't want you to be like this, Maury. I really don't.
Oh, don't cry. Come on. I came down here for beef jerky and alcoholic carrot juice. I don't need you to sob and add salt to it.
That ain't nothing. See, I'm fine. I'm fine again. It just takes a minute.
Alright.
But
Sorry. Around this point in time, you receive a sending spell. Hey, Soren, can you please let me out? It's dark in here and so cold. I don't want to be stuck in here forever and ever.
he just replies to Amalia with, "Well, you should have asked permission, but I'll see if Maury's willing to let you out."
All right.
And then he just looks at Maury and goes, "Amalia just sent me a sending. She wants out."
Oh.
You're gonna have to let her out eventually.
She doesn't need to eat. She'll be fine.
Well, regardless of that, I really think one of you should make the first step in both Agathar and Rensoir's case. Try to reforge that connection. Try your best to, well, maybe not make it right, but at least take the first step to make it as right as you can. Who knows what'll happen?
My chances are probably better with friends, so I have a feeling I might try and hurt Agathar.
He takes a deep breath and goes, "I think Agathar would be far more receptive than you think he'd be."
Maybe.
I mean, trust me, he's my boyfriend.
He has enough.
Enough what, boyfriends? He says, chuckling.
Ugh, relationships. He latches onto them. I don't know how he gives you any of the time of the day.
Well, there are times that I'm without him, and those times are sad, but you know what? It makes the moments I do see him that much more special.
She kind of trudges up to her feet. This has been a nice talk. I think I'm going to go back to my room.
All right, I'm glad it was nice for you. It was nice for me too. It's always nice talking with you, Maury.
Well, good night.
Good night. And he's gonna stand by the fridge as she walks away, and then as soon as she's out of sight, he's gonna open the fridge and let Amalia out.
Wait,
Okay.
she reaches the stairs. She grabs her staff where it is resting. She turns to you. Then she points her staff at the thing and casts Arcane Lock.
Bitch.
Good night.
He kind of
Hey,
frowns
sorry.
at her and just says, "Good night."
You know what you
Night.
could do? You could always
what's that?
break the door open.
But that would ruin the fridge.
I mean,
And then we're gonna have like that whole room is gonna be freezing.
One of these motherfuckers has mending.
yeah, like
Look, you have a boy toy who can literally unlock God. I don't know why you're so upset. Nothing is safe.
you have options, Soren. You can either break the door open yourself, or you could always get Agatha to help.
Or third option, you leave her in there.
Third option.
Hmm. So, what would Agathar's status be right now?
He is awake. He's not sleeping tonight.
He's waiting for Soren to come back.
He's being productive.
He was waiting for Snuggle Buddy McFluffykins to come back.
No, he wishes.
Well, I don't
He's
know who
making
that
third
is.
and fourth kids.
No, that comes later.
Okay then.
No,
I haven't
Agathar is
put on the- I haven't
100%
put on the
awake right
trigger
now.
yet.
Exactly.
So yeah, Soren's gonna go up to him and see if he can unlock the door and say, "Hey, could I ask a favor of you, Aggie?" And that's
Yeah,
probably where the
Yeah,
Why is it locked?
yeah. Agathar is pissed. You explain what happened, or is it just like, hey, Amaya locked herself? How do you word it?
he's like in regards to Amalia being locked in the fridge.
Yeah, how did she get locked in the fridge? It's just like, ah, Amalia was being Amalia, or do you actually say Morgan locked her in the fridge?
He's going to say, well, Amalia kind of snuck in and ate everything, and it kind of ticked Morgan off a bit. To be honest, it kind of made me upset because I was wanting to do something with her, but Morgan, I think, overstepped her boundaries and kind of just arcade locked her in the fridge.
Oh, she overextended her boundaries? That's a shocker. And she will hop off of his... He'll hop off because he has the Mind Flayer book open. He has been reading that ever since he got into the cart. And so he'll hop off his hop off the desk, and he'll go try to unlock the arcane lock, I guess.
All right.
Soren, like rerunning that thing he said about like, I think Agathar would be more receptive.
Oi, this is your fault. This is your fault, Maury. This was before Morgan locked one of his friends in the fridge.
The slime ate months worth of food. Fuck you.
So, go ahead and roll your thieves' tools check. There you
Yeah.
go. Yeah, no.
I think it's a max 25. Yeah,
just-
you unlock it. You pull out an Amalia cube.
So as you open up the door, you peek inside and see that Amalia is currently kind of like, she looks like she was hyperventilating a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And then
She
like,
doesn't breathe.
and then whenever
Nice.
like the door opens up, she slithers out of me and just kind of like tackles you and slurps you into her body in like a big hug. It's like, oh, thank you, 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 thank you.
Floating in her space.
It was so scary. I was trapped in there, and there was a room, and it was cold, and it was cold, and it was a room, and I was trapped in there. I couldn't get out.
Well, he pats the inside of her body, I guess, and he'll say, "Well, what did you learn, Amalia?"
Took this up,
Oregon's a
Maury.
scary meanie that wants to kill me.
We already know that. What else have you learned?
We're reiterating a lesson that's been taught several times. What's the new one?
Well, what's the other one? We already know that one.
Don't get in the refrigerator.
That's right. Don't sneak into the refrigerator unless you're asked to, okay?
But it was open, and I
That
hadn't
doesn't-
eaten
that
in
doesn't-
like 3 whole hours.
Was she
Amalia,
a fucking cat?
Amalia, you always have to ask permission to get fed, okay?
Oh, but I use so much energy every day.
I know. That's why we feed you as much as we do. Besides, we also have to feed a lot of other people.
Oh, okay.
A lot more now, especially.
Yeah, I mean, so I think also already eats a lot.
What?
Oh.
What do you intend to feed people now? It's all gone.
I'm
can-
sure
I can help, I think.
we can ask. Lana is a cleric. She might know create food and water. I'm sure. Maybe the illusion specialist could the illusion up actual food or something. I don't really know how their ability works.
She kind of like holds out a hand, and you see,
Mhm.
small green berries just drip forth from her hand onto the ground. 10 of them.
Horrible, disgusting. No one wants that.
Just doop, 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 doop,
uh,
doop. I made
good
those.
berries. Okay, well that is helpful. I don't tell anybody how you created these. Just say you created these. It might gross them out.
Okay.
Why? How did she make them?
I mean, it
you,
just
you
kinda-
watched her literally pour them out of her hand.
Well, he doesn't really much care about that as much as where they came from. Like, what did she use to make them?
I mean, her slime, apparently, or I mean, the magic, but it kind of seemed like it came out of her slime, so I don't know if people would insinuate that as a. I do need one though, and he'll take a good berry.
You pop your hand out of her chest like a fucking
Yeah.
chest burster and grab one,
Yeah,
slide it back in, eat it.
he will, and then he'll get out.
It's actually quite good. It's a very
Yeah.
tasty. It's a very tasty food.
Very
Yeah.
tasty slime berry.
Very
so-
tasty slime berry.
So, we'll go ahead and we'll fill a bowl with these, and then you'll have to explain to the group what happened, okay? Since you're the one that emptied
Okay.
the fridge, you'll have to be responsible with apologizing to everybody.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry. Don't trap me in the hole again.
You will not be trapped in the fridge. Just make sure you stay away from it, okay?
Okay.
Pat.
I was just going
Slurp,
for
slurp.
cutesy antics and food, and I got trapped inside the box.
Look, you are around Morrigan. You can't do cutie antics. You're lucky you
I-
didn't get disintegrated.
She was about to cast it.
Yeah, so that's my point.
Soren stopped her. Thank you, Soren. I would have hurt a lot. She was gonna try and kill me this bad. It's real mean.
Yeah, she's very mean.
You need to tell her to
She's
stop
ang-
disintegrating friends.
She's angry.
Agatha rolls his eyes.
I think that's where most of it is coming from. It's just anger. There's a lot more there.
She's angry because someone doesn't want to drink her drinks. She should make better drinks then.
No.
It's more complicated than that.
It's quite a bit more complicated. But I don't want to say anything more without, her permission. She and I have been talking for a little bit. We've been getting to know each other, and there are a few things that I ain't gonna say without her permission to say so.
Is she mad because Brown Bunny is now friends with Half and Half Bunny and not her?
Again, I
What's that
Clark
meme?
so he goes, hey,
Go for
sorry,
it.
go ahead,
Sorry.
Aguilar.
No, go for it.
Soren's just gonna sigh and say, I don't want to say anything more right now.
Well, you don't need to say anything. She talks about it all the time.
That sounds like a yes.
Well, she has nobody to blame for her except for herself. All right.
Yeah.
I'm going.
You should
Going
be
back to my
careful,
studies.
Soren. Unless you're really good at dodging disintegrate spells, she might try and hurt you.
Well, I don't think so, but there's a lot I need to cover there, but I don't want to say anything more at the moment without assurities, so I'm just gonna keep it right there. But she's going through some things, and I'm trying to help her. So, but regardless of that, Aggie, do you want some company with whatever you're doing tonight?
Uh, sure. Yeah. I'm just doing some reading, and I'm probably going to talk with the jars from my mom's house if I can. I mean, it's very. I don't know. I'll have to read my mom's book. I've only taken a glance at it yet, but I want to make sure that this book I received is still the same information or if it's more. Either tomorrow or the next day, I'm planning on separating Soy's soul and mine. I just need to get it right.
Sorry,
Hmm?
I have a question.
Sure.
Do friends try and kill other friends?
No, they really shouldn't.
Okay. So, that mean that Morgan isn't my friend?
There is a long pause. She's not an enemy.
Well, Master says if someone tries to kill you 3 times, they're an enemy, and I get to eat enemies.
Look, I understand, just not Morrigan. Morrigan's a bit rich for your blood, I think.
I could eat her.
Don't eat her, Amalia.
Hey,
Look,
only because you and Soren are so nice.
if she tries to disintegrate you again, let me know, okay? And I will take care of it.
Okay.
In the meantime, Muffin, while you're doing your research, would you like a cushion to sit on?
I wouldn't say no.
Sure, because I have. Oh, well, that's great because I have a lap that's currently being unutilized at the
I
moment.
was so expecting you to wipe your face and be like, "Here's your seat."
But no. He just says I have a lap that's unfortunately being unused at the moment.
Well, that's good. Does it have my name on it?
It always has your name on it.
All right, good.
I don't see his name on your lap.
Good night, Damali.
It's
Okay.
Pat her head.
Well, if
It's written there in it's written there in hey-ho.
if Morgan tries to kill me again, I'll come to you. If she tries to kill me again after that, I'll eat her.
We will discuss it further, okay?
Master says no discussion if someone wants to kill you. Kill them first.
God, that sounds like my master. I understand, but Morgan is important.
It's like Aggie's
As-
mom is just there like, she has a point.
She's spitting facts.
That is literally what Morris says.
Your master sounds like a wise woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's just Morgan is important. Okay, even we'll get it fixed, okay? Just let me know
All
if
right.
he
Well,
tries to get you, okay?
important or not, I'm getting real upset. I don't
Yeah,
like
I
being
understand.
angry.
And
When I get angry,
I'm mad for you.
I get hungry.
when I get angry, I get hungry, and when I get hungry, really, really hungry, people disappear.
I will make sure that you are not upset, okay?
Thank
'Cause
you.
as my friend, I want to make sure that you're taken care of.
Okay, thank you. I love you, Agathar, in a platonic way. I have to say that. Otherwise, people will think of weird stuff. And then she'll give you a hug.
That's very fair. He will return the hug.
Soren's frowning. He goes, I wasn't thinking of weird things.
he'll slip in like a beef jerky or something.
Yay!
in your
Beef
body.
jerky! and then she skitters off. Just
Mm-hmm. Lets out a huff, but kind of turns to Soren and gives a smile. All right, well, I have a lot to do, so let's get going.
Soren picks Agathar up and holds him close and just nuzzles him for a bit and goes, "Thanks, Aggie," and carries him up to the bedroom, up to Aggie's room.
yay!
Yeah, as he does, he can't help but say, "Look, I don't need to say anything, but just be careful, okay?"
And Soren nods into the nuzzle and he goes, "I will, Muffin. I don't want to make you upset by, disappearing one day."
All right.
And
Well-
I don't want you to get hurt.
So, that is that. Agathar, you want to do something today?
Yes. Essentially, what he's been doing, he's pouring over at least the. That
Alright.
night, he's gonna keep pouring over the Mind Flayer book. The next day, he wants to start pouring over the cookbook for the soul.
Uh-huh.
And whenever he gets those flashes of gray, he wants to speak with the souls in the bottles.
Huh. Okay then. Roll for me 3 Arcana checks, and I will give you the first one with advantage.
Okay. Ooh, 29.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I will use my 1 roll boost to make that a 30.
Okay. Roll the other 2. These are normal.
God damn it.
All
That's
right.
better. 16 and 24.
So, with all of that, as you're kind of like researching the Mind Flayer book, there is a lot more information in it now that it's not old and dilapidated with pages that are turning to dust pretty much. You're able to find out that if you wish to detach your soul from Zoifang's, it will require a large-scale ritual, and it will require you to replace what you remove.
Right.
So-
I think he knew that already.
Yes. So you need a component of a different soul in order to replace what yours would be. Now, it also gives you details on how you can take an existing soul, rip a piece off of it, and make that a nameless soul chunk to then add to another person's soul that has a missing fragment to fulfill that hole and also allow them to mold that to their very being. However, keep in mind that in doing so, you will destroy whatever soul you rip that chunk out of.
Right.
Thankfully, the Cookbook of the Soul describes exactly how to do such a thing. And you have a lot of souls to work with. in those
Yeah.
jars. Now, granted, of course, seeing the how many souls do you have?
How many did she grab? Wars pointed out. I didn't write that down. I thought she grabbed like 5.
Yes.
Okay.
I will say that you grabbed 5.
Yeah.
5 souls that
just like
5 souls that Moors was not willing to release, but also you did not allow her to consume.
right, and she kind of was just like, all right, these ones are a bit closer to your speed.
Pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
So, it will also detail in the book that whatever soul you pull the fragment off of may or may not adjust the person you put it to's personality.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on the strength of the soul in question.
Mm-hmm.
So just be careful.
Mm-hmm.
You're tampering with the very essence of someone's being.
Yep.
You gonna write all that down?
Yes.
Okay.
I can get the. I think I know the gist of it. Let me. Oh god. My notes are so fucking scattered. Here, I'll put it in additional for. All right. You already know. So, ritual. How large scale is the ritual? Can it be done in the cart, or does it need space?
Depends on how high you want the success chance to be.
So outside.
The bigger the better. Yes.
The bigger the better.
The more setup, the more weight, the more grandiosity to the event, the better success rate.
Okay. Alright. Bigger size ritual. Better. Big chunk of soul from and cut. Okay, so it's just the one way to either take a chunk of the soul and then put it into the empty slot, or was there 2 ways? Uh-huh. I'm also writing the notes.
There's the notes, some notes at the very least.
Add this to the collection.
No, what was your question again?
Was it just the one way of filling the gap with the soul, or was there like a second way of just like essentially taking the chunk of the soul and putting it into the empty space, or was there another way, or was that the only way?
The other way is to quite literally sever your own soul
Mm-hmm.
and replace the fragment that you are now missing.
Mm-hmm.
But in doing so, you also could suffer the same consequences of the other soul fragment being more powerful than yours and overriding a bit of your personality, so on and so forth.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Okay. Got it.
So,
However,
question:
yeah, what's up?
is Soren here during this, and is he learning all of this as well?
My guy, rolling Arcana.
Well, he. Hmm.
You were there. That's
Well,
why the advantage was there for the first Arcana check. This is for
okay.
the others. Like this is to see what you retain, if any.
Yo,
Oh
let's
my
go!
sweet Jesus. Okay.
Swords and Necromancer, let's go.
Okay.
He has been hanging around Agathar.
Okay. All right. All right. I see how it is, Dice. I see how it is. Okay. Yeah. No. You fully understand everything. It's one of those things of like, you'll on occasion say, "Hey, Agathar, what's that mean?" And Agathar will be like, "Oh, well, overt necromantic explanation." You're like, "Uh-huh. I understood some of that. I remember that from Dralam's
Yeah.
Tower. You're right."
Yeah. So.
One of those things. So yeah, no, you know about the same generic information of like someone's soul has to be sundered in order to replace and refill.
Soren looks very uneasy upon having learned all of this.
Oh, also, sorry, I forgot to add this one other little bit of information. You could, in theory, leave someone with a hole in their soul, and it may naturally fill. However, the person in question has to have a very strong soul. And it is very dangerous because one of two things will happen. Either the soul chunk that you ripped out will be filled, or the rest of their soul will slowly bleed and wither away, and they will die.
Mm-hmm.
Permanently. For real. Only a wish spell restoring them to life. Because their soul is kaput.
Yep. Yeah, Agathar just looks determined, like he's sort of made a decision.
Yes,
Oh,
and while Soren is there, he's just sighing uneasily, and he just kind of asks, "There's got to be a better way."
I was Soren, but this is the only way.
a little bit closer to the mic, please.
Sorry, Soren, but unfortunately, this is the only way.
And Soren will stand and set Agathar down on the seat and just begin like walking back and forth, like in his room.
Yeah, Agathar is like writing notes and then stops to look at Soren. You know, I'm gonna fill the gap. I'm not leaving it empty.
But what are you going to fill it with? From what I understand, the only way to do that is to take it from someone else's.
Yeah, that's why I want to talk with these souls. I don't want to take it from them. I know it's
God.
I know it's a big ask and it's probably not going to work, but I have to ask. I can't just take them. I mean, I may have to, but I don't want to.
Aggie, the soul is sacred.
No.
It's everything. Like, well, you know this. I don't need to tell you this. You probably know more about it than I do, but I don't feel good with. It doesn't sit right with me.
It doesn't sit right with me either. I know what I have to do, but think of it this way. There is a situation. All of this is dangerous, but let's think about this. If I stay connected to Soifeng, doesn't that not only threatens her life, it threatens my baby's lives. And if she does give birth and we're still connected, there's a real chance that they will be parentless if something happens to me. And I can't sleep at night knowing that if I go down, I take the ship with me, and I don't want the ship to take. I don't want to take the ship with me. So staying connected isn't an option anymore. As much as I enjoyed the connection, I have to do this for her. I have to do this for them.
I know. I guess I don't really know enough about it to make a decision, but it's just, God, it doesn't set right with me.
I mean, this is
Eddie-
kind of an impossible decision.
Well, I guess you gotta do what you gotta do. And he turns to walk towards the door and goes to leave it. He goes to leave the room.
He when Soren gets to the door, he'll hear behind him, are you mad at me?
Soren takes a deep breath and sighs. He goes, "No, not at you. Just I don't know how to feel about this." And because I know it ain't entirely your fault. Your situation is due to something you did, but you were manipulated into doing it. But that still doesn't make taking a part of someone else's soul that much easier to accept.
Take no pleasure in this. I want you to know.
I know you don't. But I should probably still exclude myself from this. Just, so you can do what you need to do.
I'm not doing it in here. I need space. I need to do it when we're not moving. Probably after we drop off the archmage.
I was more talking about speaking with those that you're making
right.
the offer to.
Right.
I shouldn't be here for that.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Aggie.
No, it's okay. I understand. I love you.
He turns to face the door and he says, I love you too, Aggie. And he opens the door and closes it. And opens the door, leaves, and closes it.
He'll let out a big sigh. And he'll look at his notes again.
Trouble in paradise, child?
Yeah. It's not it's not a fight, but it's just circumstance, I guess.
Men like him could never understand why we do what we do, my child.
I know. I don't. I hate that I do. I'm not doing this for any pleasure. I'm doing this because it needs to be done.
That is sometimes what we must do. Trust me, child. All will be well. Have Mama Morris to guide you in these souls you wish to speak to. They are evil people. They're bad. They aren't worth your time. They are not worth your consideration. Do what you must to keep the family alive. Think of your wife. Think of your think of my grandchildren, my little babushkas.
I will be the judge of that, Mother.
But of course, my precious boy. You can almost feel her hands pinching your cheeks. You are going to do great things. I know this. Your mom has never been wrong before.
Well, maybe.
I have a question. Does she know you're a linchpin?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, she knows because we spilled the beans right at the cabin, so she knows.
You are linchpin. Linchpin of necromancy, no less. This is your forte. This is your field of expertise. You should be able to do this, no issues. No issues
My
at
ex-
all.
My expertise is summons and bones. This is really the first time I've worked with souls.
Ah, but what is a summon if not a thing you pour your heart and your soul into? This is why this Soya Fang has your soul fragment, no?
Well, technically, I had to do it for the reconstruction and the resummon. I didn't summon her; she was a revenant. I just had to use a piece of myself to guide her in. It needed an anchor.
Yes. And with those eyes of yours, your skill shall soar so much higher.
Eyes of mine? What does that mean?
Hmm. Have you truly not figured it out? Here I was thinking my boy was smart enough to figure it out all on his little nonsense. Does Mama Morse need to tell you the answer to the riddle?
I guess. I mean, I know I'm colorblind, but
Ah, are you always?
it's when the times that I'm not, it's kind of fully colorblind.
Hmm. Strange color blindness, no? You can almost feel her smile.
What are you trying to get at, Mother?
Have there ever been times where you, shall we say, saw things others could not?
I mean, I don't know.
Hmm.
I think I've been accused of talking to myself a few times, but
And you were so upset with me about the girl in the...
he stops playing with his pen a little bit as they're talking, and Thorin couldn't see her.
She nods. Yes. You see things others cannot. Why, pray tell? Nice. Or my special boy. Special boy that I gave special sight.
You gave?
But of course, the body is sometimes unwilling for change, but thankfully changes can be made regardless.
He slowly turns to look at the Moor's blade. What did you do?
I gave you?
Remember. I don't remember you doing anything to me.
Well, that is fine. As Master Mel would always say, only through pain and suffering may we achieve greatness. The reason you do not remember so much is because we don't tend to remember things that are quite so painful.
What did you do?
I gave you sight. I helped my son soar. Granted, you don't have control over this thing, but it's something we can both work towards.
How did you give me this sight? And he kind of like points firmly towards the dagger.
Son, are you upset with Mother?
Yes. What did you do?
Why does it matter what I did?
Because if you messed with my head, I want to know about it.
Uh,
Pluck my eyes and make install new ones? What did you do?
it was a ritual, child. A ritual. Where, yes, we did have to remove your eyes and wash them within a substance. Very complicated thing to create. At which point we placed them back within your skull and used regenerative magic to fix the damage to the ocular cavity. It was something that you said you would be willing to do.
No. How did you word it? How did you ask me to do this?
I asked you if you wanted to be strong. And you said yes.
I was a child. I never wanted to say no to you.
And we were being hunted, child. I needed you to be strong, so you could survive if we were attacked, and, well, you did.
I needed a friend.
Be that as it may, the results speak for themselves. I did not want to do this. I had to. We do what we must for our children, no matter the cost may be to ourselves. As it stands, you right now are considering ripping apart another's soul just to save your children from having a parentless future should you perish in whatever adventures you're off upon. You understand that sometimes sacrifices need to be made to see our children soar where heights they would seek to.
No. They are heights you wanted me to reach. They are goals and they were heights that you wanted. You made me agree to something that I had no understanding.
Well, it still worked.
Did it? I
It
don't think it helped me
was.
once.
No, that is because you did not know how to use it properly, but Mama Moores can explain. I can help you. It is
I'm tired of
a.
being tricked.
Sorry, what?
He will. He just. I'm tired of being tricked. He
I'm not
will.
tricking you, child.
He grabs the dagger from the desk and he'll like stomp to the bag and he'll just shove it into the bag and then just throw the bag into the corner.
Alright. As you go to do this, she will continue talking, you know, in case you want to stop your action.
Mm-hmm.
Garius, look, you're being irrational right now. What have I to gain from harming you, from tricking you in this moment, eh? I am wanting to help you learn to use your sight so you may finally advance beyond your station, so it may aid you in whatever you're trying to do with the souls and the... And into the bag she goes, and you detach from her and... Thump.
He'll like
take heavy breaths at the bag as he kind of reels in that he fully doesn't remember being like that happening, and the implication of, you know, being experimented on from his parents. And he'll like breathe heavily. And I think in this moment, I don't know if he does anything. I think he stares at the bag for a few moments, and with a snarl, he'll go to his desk, and he'll try to go back to work, but fucking furious.
Everybody angry.
And in that anger, as you start scribbling and just like aggressively taking notes and just being like, son of a bitch, how dare she fucking do this to me. There is a feeling of very soft things on your head and two arms wrapping around you. Parental issues, huh?
I'm her son. How could she do that to me?
I found out mine sold me to the business.
He'll slowly stop writing, and he'll just kind of slap the pen down, and he'll just lean into her. I'm sorry.
Nothing to be sorry for. The fact of life.
It shouldn't be this way.
No, it shouldn't. But, you know, it will be a fact of life. You and I will be better.
Yeah. I will never experiment on our children.
Good. I'd hate to have to stab you.
I would hate to be stabbed, but, you know, if anybody were to stab me... Speaking of stabbing, what do you think of the knife?
Fancy. Very lovely. Thank you.
I know you would like it.
It's interesting.
Yeah?
Just how life has turned out.
Yeah. I felt... I don't know if I feel happier now that I've kind of decided to stop hiding it anymore, or maybe if I was happier be faking it.
Faking what?
Faking being happy, I guess.
Don't wear a mask. People like you for the heart you have on your shoulder.
Yeah, I just... Ever since the thing with Morrigan, it's just... I haven't felt the same.
He betrayed you. She took that trust you had in her, crumpled it up, lit it on fire, threw it in a trash can, and then threw gasoline on top of it.
Not helping.
Sucks, but it happens. The question is, what do you do with the ashes?
I don't know. He rubs his face. There's just so much to do. I haven't really... I don't know if I can do what Soren is doing. Honestly, I don't even know how he's doing it. He's a much better man than I am. But
Don't say that about yourself. You're my husband-to-be, father of my children. You will not talk down about yourself.
alright, I'm sorry. I just it feels like the colored rose-tinted glasses have been pulled off of my face. And I think I hate it. I hate that that happened, you know?
Hmm.
I don't want to be mad, but I can't help it.
So, why was it easy for you to forgive Rainier?
Because I learned that he didn't do that, and that was so long ago. And what can I do about it now? You know, would killing him help? Would making him suffer help? What would that accomplish? And I haven't forgiven Mel. I don't know if I can, but the difference is I have seen Mel regret her actions. I haven't seen it from Morrigan.
Should Morrigan regret her actions?
I feel like she should regret betraying us. I feel she should regret putting all of those lives at stake. I thought maybe with the little apology tour she did, maybe she was beginning to see that people deserve respect and kindness, or at least neutrality, not over whatever she's putting out. But I haven't seen any change.
Sometimes emotions are so strong they make one irrational. Her hatred is all she has. All she had. Has. It's both. Now, without her plan, what else does she have? Not Rensois anymore. Not you anymore. Soren barely. People may not be upset with her, but at the same time, despite the apology tour, people don't talk with her anymore. She, like I, have become a ghost inside this very place she used to call home. Make no mistakes, though, Agathar. People, when they feel justified in a response, will never regret that response. She then very gently spins your chair around and takes your head in her hands, and she stares into your eyes. I would burn this country down. It meant that I would save you. And that is something I will do without hesitation or regret. Because I care for you that greatly. You then let your head go. That's a
Yeah.
facsimile of Morrigan at the very least.
Yeah, I guess. I, yeah, I get it. Wouldn't want you to hurt all those people, but you know, the things I would do for Rensois and Soren and you.
Mm-hmm.
No, you're right.
Now, do bear in mind, I'm not saying that she is justified in her actions. It was wrong, but I understand, empathize.
I mean, yeah, I understand also. It's just. I think what I'm most hurt about. It felt like after when we discovered her plans and her dreams, it felt like we were the closest we've ever been. It felt like a real family. And now that moment, that pleading moment, it means nothing now. I think that hurt the most.
Hmm. Who says it has to mean nothing? It is what was, but could also be what could be.
I wish she wouldn't be so mean.
Maybe you can teach her that.
Hell, I guess I could try.
Hmm.
But
It would be good practice for teaching Shank and Stab.
Teaching to be nice when we name up our kids the murdering motions.
yeah.
I highly doubt I will be able to teach them proper emotions.
Well, you seem to teach me a lot about patience and, well, even now, understanding and helping me pull my own head out of my own ass.
Hmm. I do enjoy that. It's a wonder how it fits in there with it being so big.
I'm kobold, I'm very stretchy.
So I've seen.
You've only ever started to see it.
He'll do fine. Seeing as how she won't be the first to approach. Maybe she's scared. Maybe you should do it instead.
Yeah, maybe I should. I'll probably need a little bit of time to figure out what I'm gonna say.
Do it tomorrow. Spontaneity is sometimes the best and more genuine emotion than something that you've practiced in the mirror.
Yeah, but this ritual that I need to complete, and I need to
The
talk
ritual
with...
can wait.
Can it though?
It's waited this long, hasn't it?
Yes, but we haven't ran into the Emperor of ch-ldr-n before.
And
It's getting more dangerous every day.
and
I can't take that risk.
just don't die, idiot.
Five head.
I tried really hard.
Good.
I didn't
Got
get
so
touched.
far.
Keep trying.
I didn't get touched through that entire dungeon. But we ran into the Emperor, and I'm still bleeding in my nose.
Hmm. She kind of like grabs you by the horn and tilts your head back before she takes a finger and presses it into your nostrils and kind of like wiggles it around before pulling out some blood. Hmm. That's bad. You should get that checked out.
Yeah.
She lets you go.
We'll grab a napkin and blow his nose, which is just like crimson.
Hmm. You should have gone to Lana first. She'll smack you on the head.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't have. No, you're right. You're right. You know what? Fuck it.
He will he'll bookmark the page in the book and he'll close it.
I think I need to stretch my legs.
Also,
Hmm.
also, just because you're upset with your mother doesn't mean that you can't still use her for information.
I know. I will. I just. Yeah. No. I will, and I'm not gonna keep her locked away. I just needed to get away for a
You
minute.
needed the space. I understand. Pats you on the top of the head. Good boy for not taking her shit.
Well, you know, I had to impress the wife.
He like wiggles a little bit in his seat, trying to puff his chest slightly.
You see the corner of her mouth twitch upwards. And then she vanishes.
He'll look down with a small smile and look to the bottle of souls and give them a look over before another sigh, and he will grab he'll grab Veronica and the snooze button, and he'll start walking down to the training area. And as he goes, he wants to speak with Veronica for a moment as he's walking.
I'll get to that in a bit. Hey,
Yeah.
Bonnie, did you want to do anything? Bonnie, buddy, friend, pal?
Valen.
Are
Damn.
Not currently here.
No! Okay. And Spot, what are you doing?
That's an excellent question.
What do, Banu?
Alright, well,
What the Banu doing?
you had the big training session with
the Banu
Neotol.
doing?
Well, what do you
Yeah,
what do you-
I'm like, what else she would do that doesn't involve Neotol? Because I feel like that's just the
Did she-
default. It's like she needs to do something other than fucking Neotol.
No! No,
did-
fuck with her more! Fuck with her more, goddammit you!
Did you want to talk with Agathor, or was I?
I was gonna say, it's like I think she's probably going to go check on the Agathar
I was about to say,
Okay.
talk to or scold.
because she's
Now-
still
Now, kid!
she still needs to grill him about. So what's this about your brain getting eaten?
Runs away.
It's like, oh, by the way, brother.
It's one of those,
How are you going to offer something that you apparently don't have?
it's literally funny
Flops over.
it's literally funny you asked that. Ghost Step runs away.
You see, the clone has a brain, doesn't it?
Anyway.
Oh my god, is that a distraction?
That's a weird place to put a piano.
all right. So yeah, you meet Agathar as he's like making his way down to like the stairs, and you see him like muttering to himself, just like.
Yeah, he's just like halfway down the stairs, and she's just at the bottom. She's like, "Oh, Agathar, excellent. I've been meaning to speak to you."
It's like,
immediate danger sense.
yeah. His focus was just like down, and he was about to prepare to talk with Veronica, and then just his danger sense lights up.
You
Oh,
hear
no.
you hear Veronica.
Oh no!
You hear Veronica in the back of your head. I would recommend running right about now.
Yeah. She's balling her fist, Agathar.
Like,
Those knuckles aren't normally white, Agathar.
but all of a sudden,
Yeah, chuckles.
and all
Yeah.
of a sudden, he's not colorblind anymore. He's like, oh, that's how I get my color black. I just get super afraid of something.
Punches him so hard it fixes his sight. So yeah,
Hey, it worked! Suck it, mom.
Mom. He like looks at Francois down the stairs, and he just like gives a small smile. Hey, how are you doing? You seemed pretty pissed during the escapade. How are you feeling?
I'm. Well, this is about you, isn't it? Why don't you come join me in the
now
living room?
Well, now it seems like it's about you since you deflected.
Agathar. Living room.
Okay.
You hear you hear from above you. Ooh, Agathar's in trouble.
Shut it.
It's
Can you eat all our
all
food?
dead kobold walking.
Yeah. He will sigh and then he'll like attach Veronica to his back and he'll follow her. His tail dragging along the ground.
As you walk into the main living room area, you see Cinder, the the nameless masked one, and the other two, and Ember and Ash just kind of like sit up at attention, and then popcorn appears in their hands. Just don't worry about it.
Everyone's there. It's like, Agathar, this is an intervention.
No.
Problem with danger.
They sense what's going on.
Yeah, they're just like, it's like, oh, she's smiling. That's
They're
not
sensing
good.
they're sensing the domestic.
Yes.
Yeah, she'll lead him in to the living room and kind of she'll sit down on the couch and just all smiles, just pats the cushion next to her. Sit.
You know, okay. You will just slowly, begrudgingly climb the couch to sit next to her.
Agathar just like, I don't know. This seems like then Ren's goes, sit.
So yeah. Uses the voice.
She just laces her fingers. Still smiles. So,
I'm not gonna lie, sister. Your smile is really unnerving.
before I say anything, I would like to get the full picture. What exactly is this deal that you made?
Brother, I sense you are in danger. Do you need my assistance?
Anna runs down the stairs, sees it's Rensois, turns around and runs away.
Never mind, you do not need my assistance. Rensois, do
Never
not
mind,
hurt
you're
me.
fucked. I'm getting
Leaves.
out of here.
Your danger sense is triggering so hard, I'm feeling it, father.
Belle continues quietly playing chess with Wendy.
She's sweating. He will sigh. You heard that.
I did. Care to elaborate?
Well, yes, gladly. So, because...
You know why Agathar's so scared? You know who she looks like right now?
She looks like her mother.
Her mother.
Yeah, he's definitely getting
all
Mel
Bright
vibes.
eyes, grins, and it's like, so tell me, dearie.
That is 100% what he is seeing right now.
He's having a fucking stress response.
He's having a stress response. All he sees is Mel.
Just starts fucking hyperventilating.
No, you're the oldest among us. Ah.
Life save me.
He suddenly turns into an albino kobold.
Elizabeth. No, he'll sigh. So, the full picture, 100% the truth. I asked if Elizabeth would help us if we called for her, and she agreed. In exchange, he taps his fingers. In exchange,
with a resurrection scroll or a regeneration scroll or whatever scroll that we need. If I call upon her, big if, huge if, capital IF if I call upon her for her aid in the moment. And if I do, she gets to eat my brain. But it will be regenerated and, like, nothing will ever happen. She just...
Nothing will ever happen. I see.
Well, like it. There'll be a resurrection. There'll be clones and stuff. There's insurances about that. It's just like I won't lose anything. I just, go to sleep for a little bit and then I wake up.
There's a very pregnant
Silence is
pause.
damning.
This is just...
You see Neotol walk downstairs and about to go, hey, Renspot, and then she realizes, oh shit, and just kind of like directs herself to the kitchen instead.
Just still that smile. It doesn't twitch. It's
Mia's
just
like melting into the couch.
silence. Well, I suppose you're right. There can be nothing lost if you have nothing to lose in the first place. Because clearly, there's nothing up here, as she just pokes his head, if you thought that there was any kind of an okay deal.
We may need the help.
At the expense of what, Agathar?
That's essentially nothing.
You don't know that.
She has no reason to trick me. Absolutely none. And she wouldn't. She was the one that offered the resurrection scroll, and I could tell. And I know I don't have a great track record at
And how do we
reading
know a
people.
resurrection scroll would even do anything? We don't know the details of how Master Mel's backups for us work. For all we know, the moment you go down, you pop into a different body. What happens if a resurrection scroll is used then? Does she get anything? Can you even guarantee that you can uphold your end of the bargain? Can you even guarantee that there won't be some weird split of where, if they happen simultaneously, part of your soul gets shunted into Mel's backup and the other half into whatever gets resurrected? Did you think any of it through?
That's not how the clone spell works. It can't just get split. There would have to be something involved.
You and I both know that whatever Master Mel has is no normal clone.
And look, she offered to create the clone, or she even said I could choose someone to create a clone for me. She would never have offered those solutions if she wasn't going to fuck me over. She could have just agreed to help me and then leave it at that. And then when I do call for her aid, she's like, whoops, I get to eat your brain now. She would never have offered me that if she wasn't serious about it. Look, this is like... Did you believe me when I said Rainier wasn't the one that killed his son? Did you believe me?
She will huff. I believed that you were certain of it, yes.
I am this level of certain. She is an ch-ldr-n. She doesn't care about taking pleasure in screwing me over. She just wants to eat worthy brains. That's all she cares about, and keeping her kingdom within itself. The only thing that she gains from this is an exquisite meal. And then we may get a get out of jail free card. We need every advantage that we can get against ch-ldr-n.
I feel like we have plenty of get out of jail free cards that we don't need to offer up our brains as payment.
We don't. You remember? We were trained by Mel. We need to anticipate anything and everything. I'm just taking these opportunities to gain favors and to gain things that if something happens to you, if something happens to Soren, if to anybody in here, that we have ways of getting you and everybody else back. Or to safety. Or to get to somewhere where we can't go. We need every advantage. If we think we have enough, we do not have enough. I will not be caught flat-footed against this ch-ldr-n, because the moment that they catch me flat-footed, I die. I'm just thinking this through like it would with Mel, and maybe she wouldn't approve. I don't know. But I saw the opportunity presented to me, and I took it. Now, I may never use the favor.
I would highly prefer if you didn't.
Likewise. But I would rather have it in my back pocket when I do need it, and if I don't have it when I need it, I can't think of what would happen. And you know what is at stake. Because God forbid something happens to Swifeng. And to my little ones. I know my track record with danger isn't great, but this one I actually did think it through. I know you're mad, and I'm sorry for making you upset about it. But me and very weird situations seem to happen. And maybe I'm trying to go along with it instead of resisting it.
She will let out a long-winded sigh. Fine. You've made your point. I still think you're an idiot. I hope you know that.
Look, I may be dumb, but I'm not stupid.
Just...
He will take her hand. He'll take a hand into his, and he'll like clasp it. I promise I am going to be careful, and it will be the utterly last resort. I promise.
It better be.
I swear. God, you are Mel's daughter. You're very scary.
What can I say? I learned from the best.
Yeah, you did. Now, I was going to offer my weapon something if you want to come down and train with me. I was going to do a bit of a thing.
Sure. Tell you what, I'll show you I'll show you something I picked up from the atoll.
Oh, okay. I'm down for it.
Room she's ears perked by the corner of the room as she's mentioned. Oh, anyway, you see the neuron activation meme happening.
It's either that or it's the am I in trouble too now?
Yeah. Oh shit.
Shit, I wasn't eavesdropping. I swear. Oh yeah. So
I didn't do it. I don't know what it is, but it wasn't me.
All right. So Vonnie, are you back yet? I think you might have fallen asleep.
Damn, I guess we're boring.
Sorry, you doing anything, buddy?
Soren is probably still trying to get the hang of his like what time of the day is this? Is this next morning?
Yep. Hey, buddy.
Okay,
Roll me 2 wisdom checks
2 wisdom
with
checks.
advantage. You're working on the same
Yay!
element.
Yay! So wisdom check 1, wisdom
Ooh.
check 2.
Oh. Okay.
Do I have any tokens? Damn, no tokens. I can't bump that to a 15.
Would anyone else like to bump that to a 15?
I don't have any.
Looking at Rensois?
Sorry, I'm distracted. The dog is making noises in his sleep.
Oh.
I have one.
Well, would you like to make that a 15 for it?
Yeah, I'll make it a 15 for you.
All right.
Just wanna make sure you know you don't have to, but I'm not gonna stop you if you do.
All right. Well,
Okay,
with an 18 to 15, you now have a bit more control over water. You can now add it to your attacks.
Yay!
Basically, whenever you go to make an attack roll, if there is adequate water nearby, or at least 2 water skins present on your person, you may add water to the slash, at which point they must make a strength saving throw, if you hit, of a DC equal to your wisdom plus proficiency plus 8, obviously. If they fail it, they're not prone.
Ooh, that's very good.
This
Yeah,
only
and I have
works
not
on...
been bumping wisdom up at all this whole campaign.
Yeah, but that's a chance for free advantage.
Of course, you may only utilize this effect a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus per long rest.
Okay, that's still fucking good.
This is called...
Waterbending.
This
I'm
is a
pretty sure
skill
we're-
bracket.
we're-
This is a skill bracket skill.
Adding water to slashes, that's very much Demon Slayer territory. Pretty sure.
I mean, he is a samurai. I mean, Soren's kind of there. I mean, I'm not gonna lie.
He's got to call out techniques as he does the slashes.
Yeah, just gotta say breathing technique or balance style or whatever the fuck they do.
I'm pretty sure it's breathing.
It is
Yeah.
breathing.
Yeah, I still think it's hella lame. They're just like, no, you can't see anything. It's just the representation. It's like, fuck you.
Wait, all that cool stuff they do in the show is just flash because there's not really anything happening?
Yes.
Ooh, that's the worst.
Yep. It's like firing key blasts, and they just kind of randomly explode.
I mean, that's so much more frightening.
That is
Goku Goku charges up a Kamehameha and then a hole appears in the earth and it's like, okay, well, I'm leaving.
Dr. Manhattan style, just like or arm wave, dude explodes.
Tien just start making triangles in the earth.
And Piccolo just goes, "You can't shoot a hole in the earth, Goku."
Watch me, Piccolo.
You can't shoot a hole in the surface of Mars.
Yeah, that was
Listen,
my
Piccolo, you destroyed the moon. I'll do what I want.
Piccolo's just aura farming. He's just too busy aura farming.
I love the DBZ abridged boo bits when
So
when
good.
the part where Vegeta's about to do what he can to stop Boo, and he basically looks at Goten and Trunks and I'm going to hug you now for the first time, and hugs Trunks like you're like, oh well, this is pretty good. Hug complete. And it just chops him. And then Goten like, is
There
he
you go.
gonna be okay? And Vegeta just shanks him, or just like punches him in the gut. And then, then Vegeta just, after they collapse, Vegeta just goes, I'm a way better dad than Kakarot.
This is true.
All right, there you go, Soren. I gave you your thing.
Ooh.
Mm. Oh, jeez.
Yay.
Huzzah.
Oh, my back.
I got something I can interact with Lauren a little bit.
All right, go for it. And then I'll cut
Wh-
back to Agathar for his Veronica thing.
Where is Soren?
Soren has now started coming down the stairs.
He has
He was
emerged from
thinking
the
about hitting the. Yeah.
He was in the bathroom.
Roll
Yeah,
roll a final wisdom check for me, Soren.
One more wisdom check.
Yeah, one more wisdom check.
Advantage.
No.
No advantage at all. 22.
You have a ring of water around you.
Awesome, love it.
Also, that's a save, not a check, but it's still fine. You have a ring of water.
Oh,
You
yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. That was, yeah, so that should be 20.
It
I'm
should be,
sorry.
it
No,
should be
19.
18.
Oh, it should be 18. It should be 18, yeah.
Yeah, I know. I got you. Still enough.
Morgan kind of like, you're coming up the stairs or you're going down the stairs. I can't tell which is which.
Going down. Like, well, he's
Okay.
he's coming down from the bedroom, and then he's going to be making his turn to go down to the training room after having some breakfast.
Yeah, you hear like boot steps behind you as you see Mori in a comfortable outfit, still a little disheveled, but looking like she attempted to make some kind of like sense of herself. And she kind of sees you there. Oh, I was going to come find you. Lucky I found you immediately. Where are you going?
Well, I was about to go down and have some breakfast, and then go down and train a little bit. Don't mind this. And he just points to the ring of water that's currently circling around him. He goes, I guess I didn't quite get it down.
I wasn't going to be concerned. You didn't seem concerned about it. I'll go with you. We have to train together anyway.
Oh, you're training with the blade?
I suppose. If we are to kill Lucas together, we have to be in some amount of sync before we do such a thing.
He thinks for a little bit and he goes, I thought your specialty was magic, though.
For a brief flicker, we will be the same person. Two people at
Alright.
the same time being something completely foreign. And that will hinder you greatly.
And,
It will hinder you less if I am not shit with a sword.
I'm out of character. I completely forgot about that thing. He goes, right. That's probably a great idea. Yeah, but first breakfast.
You see her kind of almost grumble at the concept of being out and in view of other people, but doesn't fight it. Right. So
Come on, Maury.
what are
What do you
you? She's like following. He's like, what are you going to be eating?
He stops for a second and goes, all right, that did happen. Well, Amalia has kind of corrected that. Not to the extent I'm sure that you would like her to have, but
She
we
just
have
like gives you
something.
like the weirdest grimace on her face. Like, I don't want anything that thing produced.
No, don't knock it till you try it. He just shrugs.
Gives you like a flat look. Is it slime?
No, no, it's a good berry.
It's ooze. It's different.
She like narrows her eyes. She is not a druid.
But she is a linchpin of transmutation. He's still walking down the stairs.
I'm like slowly following after. He's like, you're not making me feel like this is like a great thing. I'm going to have to use this card already to go visit that crazed cat woman for groceries.
Then how about this? I'll try one first, and I'll tell you how it is.
And you can have the second, the third, and the fourth.
I'll only need one.
No, I'm saying I'm not touching that slop.
Well, you don't know. I mean, I don't know. To be fair, to be short, or to be fair, which is why I'm going to try it first, and then I'll let you know.
I'm gonna roll something. Your passive perception's way higher than that. You hear like a crunch, you look back, and you see Mori hiding what looks to be more jerky.
He just shrugs and sighs and, all right, suit yourself. He's gonna walk down the stairs and look for one of the berries that Amalia produced, if there are any.
Well,
Don't do. Please
Uh,
follow me back.
as you turn around, you see that there's that nameless masked individual in the hallway, just kind of like leaned up against the hall itself. Currently, eating an apple.
No, hi. Did Soren ever catch their name?
No,
So, what's your name?
me? Oh, my name's Flair. How's it going?
How's it going, Flair? Soren, I believe this is the... My name is Soren. I believe this is the first time we've met.
Second time.
There's just like this look of like barely restrained disgust on Morrigan's face.
Technically third time.
Technically, you know what? I ain't gonna ask about it. So, what brings you along with our little group? He says he continues walking down the stairs. Does Flair follow?
I mean, she does. She'll, well, I'm here visiting, Cinder, obviously. Cindy. And, sorry, I was walking upstairs to his room to get something, and I overheard something about a magic ritual to fuse two people together.
Yeah, none of your business.
Well, I happen to know a little bit about magic. I might could help. I have long theory crafted a great variety of different spells and whatnot. Some of even which create a hive mind.
It isn't a spell.
Oh. Quite interesting.
And it'll remain interesting. I don't intend on sharing what it is.
That's fine, that's fine. I won't pry, I won't push. I was
I don't
simply
even
going
know you, and yet you're just waltzing around my home.
like I
You
said, I was
taking
going
those
upstairs.
two with you when you leave?
3. And no, I'm more here for him.
So you're the illusion archmage.
No.
Insight.
Good.
She also understood what she said.
16? No, this one's not the archmage of illusion.
You know what? This is basically just habit for Soren.
Yeah, no, this woman's not the archmage of illusion.
She can't be made. She's got like glibness or something going on. I cast it every morning. I can just do that.
Dear God, that's an enchantment spell. Why would you do that?
Hey, archmage, you can do anything I want.
Anyway, no, she shakes her head. No, I'm not the archmage.
This isn't a hotel.
Hmm.
Oh, what
Not-
do I care?
You're not wrong about
She's-
that. Then I have a question. Who do I pay for room and board?
She droops. I don't know. I don't care. He
Aww.
just kind of goes, like, just continues walking down the stairs.
Like, as she does that, Soren just kind of looks concerned at her inner direction as she does that, and then he turns back to Flair and says, "Well, I guess the one to ask would be Agathar. He's currently in, I suppose you could say, full ownership of the cart."
Hmm. Who was the previous owner then?
It ain't important.
I think I can surmise who it is.
I thought I should surmise who it is.
You probably could, but at the same time, it ain't important. He's gonna say as he looks Flair dead in the eye, with a warm smile.
She shrugs. That's fine. Not here to cause trouble. Only here for my man.
All right, Mel, maybe you could tell me about how you were planning on helping.
Oh, I was going to pay for room and board.
Well, but you were talking about her magic and how you were able to help it out.
Oh, well, that was under the presumption that she was making a spell. But she's not making a spell, she's doing something else with magic relation to it. So, while I could help, I'm not sure if I really would fully understand what it's all about. But that doesn't mean that I wouldn't be willing to try.
I mean, she could probably tell you, but she'd have to be willing to do so. I don't know if she trusts travelers quite fully enough to do that yet.
Understandable.
Quite honestly, I'm having trouble trusting you guys because I met a caravan with a traveler information broker, and it appears the information he sold me was not correct.
Oh,
Either that, or my parents are actually under Lucas's control.
that doesn't sound like them. What was the information that they gave?
Well, they told me that my parents' name was Olaroth, and that's apparently not the case.
Ah.
Mom cheated on you. On Dad.
Well, from what
Like a
I
baby.
know about travelers at the very least, is that, typically speaking, their words and phrases are esoteric. Maybe they went by the name Olaroth before they changed their name to whatever it is now. Or they used to go by whatever it is now, they were forced to go by Olaroth, and then they changed it back at a later point in time.
He just kind of like looks at them for a second as he continues traveling down the stairs, hand on the railing, of course, and goes, "Mm-hmm," and he just kind of lets out a, "Mm-hmm," and he goes to the table to look for a good berry.
She just shrugs. Anyway, nice talking to you. If you ever need help, it's
Hey, I
whatever.
appreciate it. Are you a linchpin by chance?
Me? No.
Hmm.
Like I said, I'm just here with my man.
Okay. I suppose if I have questions about magic, I have another source, though.
Oh, but of course. I'm actually quite the accomplished wizard.
All right, well, enjoy your stay here. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask either me or Agathar, I suppose.
Oh, okay. And since I've been here for a few days, she'll kind of like reach into her robes and pull out a small pouch of coins and hand it to you. There you go.
Okay. I do remember mentioning that Agathar was the one that was in charge of the cart.
Well, you can hand that to him. You two seem very close. She gives you a little nudge with her elbow.
he just stares at her with like narrowed eyes. He goes, well, you could say that.
Oh, I did.
I'm going to eat breakfast. he, he leaves to go to the table.
Yeah, she moves back over and sits next to Cinder again. Cinder
Is
gives you a wave.
Agathar there? Is Agathar there at the table, or is he down
Well,
training with Renswa?
I would say this is around the point in time in which Renswa and Agathar finish their conversation, get up. So yeah, you, Morrigan, Renswa, and Agathar are all in the same room at the same time. You're in the same area.
Morgan is eating the only food that isn't slime berries.
Yeah. Agatha looks
It's
at
beef jerky, right?
yeah.
So Anna just comes out of nowhere. Snap into a Slim Jim. Sorry.
Snap into a Slim Jim. It's so I think because Belle remembered Alexander's reaction to him, so I think she's trying to get him to play chess. So she's just like, you look like you could use a friend.
Oh boy.
It's just like, hey, you have a very bad reaction to me. I'm not bad. Here, I can prove it.
Roll the persuasion for Anna.
Or for Belle. Yeah. Let me pull a sheet up. I was not expecting. All right, come on, Belle. What she got? Persuasion. That's a straight 0. Let's go, baby. That's it. Wow. Okay, it's an 18.
Oh my. Okay, hold
Damn.
on. She gets Alexander to sit down and play chess with her.
Huzzah!
Roll an intelligence check now.
Okay.
At advantage because this is her game.
Okay, cool. I think we gave her proficiency in.
Oh,
chess.
if we give her proficiency, they need to roll advantage. It's just the.
Alright. Fuck.
You wanna know what's funny?
Did he also roll 12?
No, you still beat him.
Rolling low is rolling low.
Yeah. Rolling low is rolling low. So yeah, no, the four of you are in the same room at the same time together. What are you doing with each other?
Agathar looks at Morrigan, and he doesn't look at her as he doesn't look at her in the same way that he has been. It's a lot softer.
She is averting her gaze and kind of just staring at the middle distance in Soren's direction. She just like hard chews what must be like the chewiest jerky around.
Soren will look at Morgan, then at Agathar. What's Agathar's expression again?
Soft.
It's a bit soft. It's way more soft than he has been looking at her. But it's definitely like you can tell the facial expression that he's wearing right now, and it's gathering the courage to say something.
Does he look like he's going to?
Let me roll wisdom.
Roll that bone.
Roll some bones. He's leaning more towards no.
Okay, so Soren is just looking at Agathar, then to Morgan, then to Agathar, and he says, "Alrighty then." He just reaches down, picks Morgan up, and
Hey, what are you doing?
And walks over to Agathar, and then sets her down like right in front of him. And he just sits behind her. He just sits behind her, looking at Agathar with a smile.
I mean,
Morgan looks like shit. Just deep dark circles under her eyes.
He winces seeing her state. You guys seem pretty busy. We were going to do.
Soren walks around to a spot, not like in between them, but like to the side, and he kneels down. And he just watches.
He looks at Soren just like, God damn it.
Et tu, Soren?
Et tu, Soren. It doesn't look annoyed, but it's just like, maybe you get the impression that maybe he was just gonna get to it later. But he lets out a sigh and looks at Morgan. I think we need to talk. Do you want to go a bit more private, or?
Soren's eyes shift from Agathar to Morgan.
Like there's just like a bit of jerky still like sticking out from between her lips. Is just gonna. Does it matter?
Whatever makes you more comfortable.
I'm not. Though I don't believe going somewhere else is going to change it much.
I. God, how do I even start? I want to apologize for the way that I have been treating you. I have been very upset and terse with you. And for reasons I know you know. But I haven't been thinking very clearly. I've been letting my emotions get the better of me, and I have been closing my door on you. And as frustrating you can be sometimes, I made a commitment to this group that I would be there for them, and we will get through anything, really. And I think I have abandoned you in your time of need. Where I don't know if I can completely trust you like I have before. I want to trust you more. And I want us to have a connection again. And I've been pretty childish because I haven't been really giving that a chance. So if you want, I would like to be friends again.
Soren is smiling as Agathar says all this. Like it's a warm smile, not a there you go smile.
Yeah.
There you go, sport.
There you go, sport.
She swallows the jerky she has. She'd stopped chewing when you started talking and getting serious. And there's this long pause. I would certainly not be upset to hear you do not trust me. I would be remiss if that was so easily returned. Maybe even upset. She kind of like side-eyes Soren. Though it's been helpful. But I am the husk. Ruined. I don't feel at home. here.
And as she looks at Soren, Soren is kind of meeting her gaze with the same warm smile that he was giving Agathar as Agathar was talking. Like a very supportive, yes, a very supportive gaze.
Well, I think that is also partly because of how I have been keeping you at a distance. So, I think for to rekindle and to help pick up the ashes and see what we can build, I think this may help you. And he will reach up and his hand will slide into his horn, and pulling away, he has the key to the cart, like the main key to the cart, and he will hold it out to her.
As Agathar's hand goes up to go into his horn, it passes through the ring of water, and Soren just kind of grimaces, being like, "I'm sorry."
That's a big ring.
She takes the key and kind of just stares at it emptily. I think this hurt the most. And she kind of looks up and like around this room. This place. I made it for you. All of you. Just you. I wouldn't so much as breathe, then let anyone else into such a private space.
No, you say that you built this place for us, but only really you constantly call it your home. I always did consider this to be your and our home, mostly yours.
Have her little fingers wiggle. Hang-ups on ownership. It is more than a home. This was all I had. My heart. Home is just another word for it. I'm trying. I really want to try and make this, waves a hand, better. It's just hard to I spent every waking moment of this life in that pursuit. And I got to the finish line. And I cut my own heart out. With your help. To stop. And now I don't know where I am going. I am an aimless ship on a rocky sea without a sail. To what port am I to go? To what end do I work? Where am I going? And why am I here?
I think only you can answer that question for yourself, but now that you're floating in the sea, wandering aimlessly, there's nothing but the whole world at your fingertips. And isn't it kind of exciting to see what you find? And yeah, it's scary, and you will stumble, and you will fall into the water and get back on the ship, but you have a unique opportunity that you can be the greatest version of yourself. But only you can make that decision. And I've seen you do amazing things with us, and with the generosity and the kindness and understanding that you have given us. I think that can translate into great things. And you have nothing but the world now. And you don't have to wander alone. Oh, honestly, if anybody knows about wandering, he kind of thumbs towards Soren.
Sora just shrugs and waves.
It's kind of in his name.
I do not know where any of us would be without our dear Soren Wonderwind.
He is truly the glue holding us together. But I had a thing I was gonna say and I lost it. I think it's time. Obviously, this isn't going to happen overnight. But instead of resisting the waves, maybe it's time to embrace them and see where it takes you.
There's like a moment where her eyes slightly like move over to Rensoir's direction before she like quickly draws them back down. Maybe.
Look. Mulligan, can you look at me for a moment?
She looks up, her eyes are that same kind of amber, though they're like ruddy with the kind of redness they have from just not sleeping well or at all. And the deep circles underneath.
Agathar's facial expression has been the softest he's given her since the event. There's no sense of hostility. There's no underlying sarcasm within it. It's kind of like how he used to look at her in a way. And he'll say, if you are completely serious about wanting to be better, then you're gonna have to make that effort. And me and Soren, I can't speak for anybody else, but we will be here to help you on your journey. Whether you think you deserve it or not, you're in the ocean and you're riding the waves. I think it's time to stop fighting it.
And Soren will look over to Morrigan and say, let us be the driftwood you hang to.
It's like that apprehension, that sort of like resistance that she shows in every situation. Going to try it. It's just not as easy as one makes it sound.
Of course not.
I don't know how you do it. How Ellie does it. How any of you just forgive things. Get over just any of it. It's confusing.
I wouldn't say I'm completely over it.
You're. She goes to say something and then stops herself as she turns her head.
I don't know how I do it, but I know that I could resist it. And he kind of motions to her about her state. But that isn't helping. That wouldn't help me. It's only hindering me.
Doesn't help you here with people. It's what's kept me alive this long.
Circumstances have changed. Because we kept you alive because you didn't have us.
You make it sound so easy.
It's not. I never claimed it to be.
You get like grimace, like this, like not a scowl, but like a deep, like a frown, but not like a really sad one, but like fuck you.
Being right, please.
We've seen our darkest days together. I helped you seal that hag inside a knife, and she dangles from your hip, and you seem perfectly fine with it. I thought you'd cast her into the nearest crevasse and be done with the monster in your past, and I don't know why it is you want that in your life. Tell me, how, why?
You
I
see
need
him.
to know.
You see him clench his jaw as he tries to keep his emotions in. And he just looks at her. Because I failed you, and I couldn't fail her.
What?
I did everything I could to try to help you find a different path, and none of it worked. I could have maybe done something different. I could have been a bit more. I don't know, but I failed you.
You did not. I have lied and cheated to survive my entire life. Why would you think that would have changed? Your mother is different. I watched that woman do things to you.
She is in a particular state where maybe she can change. And I think she can. I just need to show her. Because she has, I'm not gonna lie, she has gone through some horrible shit, but she's gone through the bad shit. And not everybody is like what she's experienced. Not everybody is like what they claim.
As of now, you've met two people from this place that are very similar.
And I have met a lot of people who are not similar. I've
You
met
have
a
not.
lot more good than I have bad.
Give it time. You've yet to see the belly of the beast of this place. I will lament. I do not have the stomach for it. You have nothing to fear about me trying again. Don't have it in me.
If you're serious about changing and wanting to be better, I will be there for you. But you need to stop fighting it.
I don't know how. That's all I've done is fight.
You have great examples nearby. You have Soren, for God's sakes.
Yes, but it does not rub off in a day or a week, a year.
Of course not.
Ah,
But I can show you. I can show you the one thing that has helped me to maintain a calmness, like any sort of calmness. The Agathar has trouble believing me when I say that I was worse, much worse than I am now. But I can show you the one thing that Sensei Karama showed me that helped me to stabilize myself and helped me to see and actually consider better. It kept me mind clear. And that
Don't tell me
is,
it's. Don't tell me it's breathing heavy.
well, that's a part of it, but it's quite simply, and he puts his hands in the gesture of balance that he always makes when he starts meditating, and he just smiles and says, meditation. And I know that sounds very simple, but it really ain't. It's looking inward. It's considering all possibilities with a clear mind. And if you're angry, you don't have that mind. Meditation can help you to achieve it.
and if Mel, fucking Mel, can be regretful about an action that she has done, then you can change also.
I'm not saying I'm incapable. I'm just saying it will be a long journey.
Yes,
Of course.
I understand that.
But you know what, Morgie? You don't I keep saying this, but you don't have to make that journey alone. We're here to help you. We want to help you.
She's like looking between the two of you, and there's like this general like lament and like a slight perking up, but then there's like this flash before her eyes as she droops a little, maybe like just slightly turning her head in Rensoir's direction and then back at the ground.
I will note, Rensoir, you are there.
Oh,
Sorry,
no
I,
one told
I've,
me
men-
this.
I've mentioned you like twice or three times
I
at this
figured-
point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think she was.
I didn't know if I made that clear enough, but no, you are
You
here
did
for all
not.
this. I am
Oh,
so
really?
sorry. Francois, go ahead. Say your piece if you wish to.
I mean, realistically, she's said her piece a number of times, so I think she's just listening at this point.
Okay. Do you have any reactions or any?
Well, actually, no.
arguments?
She will. She will chime in.
Yep.
You keep saying about how it won't happen immediately, and that it takes time. And you're right. It does take time. But it also requires you to start. Otherwise, you're just pushing that time back further and at the end of the day, the most important out of everyone here, the most important person for you to earn forgiveness from is going to be yourself. That's when healing actually begins.
Wow. Did that go through?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, I actually said something. Was it just a grumble?
It was
Oh
Yeah,
just-
no! All we
just
heard was like
grumble.
angry
Oh, okay.
cat noises.
She says like, I don't know how.
Well, we're wizards. What do we do when we don't know something?
You're a rogue.
Also a wizard.
Mostly rogue.
He looks over at Belle and then looks back at her.
Cast a 6th level spell.
I can, but I can do it once.
Pats your shoulder. Rogue. Fancy rogue. Rogue.
Alright, well, give it time. I will be more of a necromancer than I am a rogue. But the
He's a
point
rogue, sir.
is, I'm a rogue, sir. I'm a
I'm a necromancer.
A neck rogue mancer.
I'm a wig.
Necromancer.
A wig.
Yeah, he's a wig.
Yeah, here we go. I'm a wig.
W-I-G-U-E, wig.
No, that's like
Horrible.
weeg. He's a weeg. But yeah, Soren does actually say he's a rogue Zerd, like out loud in character.
That is terrible.
Never
Neck-
say that again.
A neck rogue was neck rogue mancer. Sounds better.
Necromancer, that's pretty good.
Yeah, Soren turns to face both Rensois and Agathar and says, "Hey, you know what? She's got me beat there."
Yeah.
I always say I have better talent with naming things.
You're also smarter than I am, so there's that as well.
That
He says
has
with a
little to
smile.
do with naming things.
Yeah, it's look smart versus street smart kind of situation.
It's a matter of taste, which you have little of.
God damn.
No, I see how it is.
Does Renswell say that in character?
No,
No,
but she
Morgan
does
said
give
it.
like a minor glare.
Uh,
Like this is a bad start for the whole forgiveness thing.
She goes over to Soren and gives him a hug.
He returns the hug and just hugs her tightly.
And it's really like, oh, she's just me. That was actually endearing.
oh,
Yeah.
that's so sweet.
It's like, I see she's shit posting.
She's rage baiting.
She shitposts her memes in the wrong neighborhood.
If she actually is rage baiting, she's trying to rage bait the wrong person, or she's shooting for the fucking stars.
Oh,
We need to get
Okay.
more food. The slime ate all our food.
Hi, she did. And Maury, please don't lock her in the fridge again, if you would. He says
Wait, we
quietly
locked
under
her in-
his breath.
Oh,
Mumbles something. He's like, "You want my food? 2 months of food gone."
We'll get more. Anyways,
Can't cook breakfast or nothing.
you see your unseen servants are currently making do with what they can make breakfast from. The berries.
They don't. They literally cannot make anything out of the berries. They're pre-programmed to work with a set list of foods. They're very dumb.
Fair enough.
All
fair
they can
enough.
probably do is stir it into a berry batter and serve it up like a pudding.
They have like a fruit salad they made with just the one fruit.
It's just one berry in a cup. Berry in a cup.
With some whipped
If
cream
chowder-
they got from the pantry.
but yeah, as he breaks the hug, he's going to look Morgan in the eye and say, he's going to say, "So you might not believe that you deserve this, but we do. We believe you deserve this, and we want to help you. And I'm going to keep telling you this until you fully understand, unless you do right now. You ain't alone anymore. You ain't alone. Okay?"
Okay.
Repeat after me. I ain't alone.
Narrows her eyes at you. I am not alone. As you see her correct your your grammar.
He smiles and goes, "I see what you were going for. If you were thinking it was going to upset me, it ain't." He just smiles.
No, I just think you should use better grammar.
I live with what I grew up with. I use what I grew up with.
It's never too late to change.
it's like
Oh.
you're telling me that I can change. You're telling me I can change my attitude. You can change your fucking grammar.
As Morgan is looking at Soren and they're kind of having this moment, Akthar's kind of give a Renswa a look. Can he see anything from her expression? Is there a twinge of hope? He kind of wants to try to read Renswa in this moment.
don't you go ahead and roll insight, buddy boy?
Sure am gonna try.
While he's doing
I'm
that,
not
Soren.
gonna
Oh!
try.
You
Oh,
can't
I was gonna say, it's
read
like, wait, let me help you out with
shit.
that.
Oh,
Oh, you want to use your portents?
Fuck yeah.
I'll let you retroactively use your portents on this.
Okay.
16.
So while he's doing
18.
that, so while he's checking on that, Soren's just going to be like, "Hey, you understood what I tried to say, right?" That's all that matters, doesn't it? Isn't it?
Yes.
I say 18. In the moment, you just see Renswa being genuine, just kind of caring. The little bit of the kind of party mom vibe that she gave in Better Times, of just like, you can do this. I believe you can do this. I just need you to believe you can do this.
gotcha. He'll give us a small smile.
Yeah. With that, I think we will have the camera pull away from everyone, and we'll end our session there for the night.
Yeah.
Did you guys have a good time?
Yeah, we squeezed in 4 hours. It's good.
Oh,
Keep
yeah.
us going.
And we made no progress. Yeah.
Let's do another 4 hours. Let's go.
At any rate, remember
already-
YouTube audience, if you want to catch us live for the pre-stream and post-stream, you may do so at twitch.tv/deathlyshad. And remember to like, subscribe, comment, all that jazz, and so on and so forth. Agathar, say goodbye to the people.
Look, even second chances need second chances.
Morgan, say goodbye to the people.
There fell for it.
Red Swap, say goodbye to the people.
Goodbye.
Soren, say goodbye to the people.
Bye-bye.
And Vani, say goodbye to the people. Goodbye. I'm
Goodbye.
totally Vani.
It's like, I thought I'm
I am-
here.
I'm 90% sure that he's asleep. He just fucking conked out. I do not blame him in the slightest for that, I'm gonna be honest with you.
I don't
Don't worry,
either.
I'll blame him.
Yeah, don't worry. We'll start being.
He had his chance. He had his chance.
At
I got
any
enough
rate,
blame for him for all of us.
At any rate, and remember, from all of us, all of you have a wonderful night. We're gonna go into the post stream where we're gonna name the episode and so on and so forth. And you guys have a wonderful day. Oh, bye. Woo!
Goodbye.